Okay.
We're on a plane again?
Can you hear me?
Whenever we start,
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
whenever we start up, I have exactly something to say.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
But we can wait till we start up because I have
Yeah,
no.
I'm just going to do a quick recap since not everyone is here, and then I'll jump in.
Yeah, I'm really behind on my character's journal, so I'll see if I can to catch up.
So
on
in your
some
last
sessions.
episode,
Can you hear me?
yes,
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Hey, Adrian, do you know where my notebook went for my character? That had
Gary,
all...
we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Do you know where my notebook is with all my character stuff in it, Adrian?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
so in our last episode, the party
Found it.
went to the confrontation with Peng Liao, the Yellow Peril, and as Lance was on the boat, they realized Uncle Zheng was nowhere to be seen. He had slipped away. The party survived the encounter, got Lance off of Peng Liao's boat and onto theirs. And the most important thing to come of that is Peng Liao revealed to them that he was working with an organization, and he has tipped off this organization that the party is in Shanghai. They rushed back to the plane to find that Mr. Dimitrov was dead of natural causes. It's quite natural to die with that many bullets in you.
Yes, he fell down onto some bullets.
However, he revealed that he had hidden from whoever killed him the Bertel device and instead gave them the fake.
You're welcome.
Tiffany searched her hidden compartment, basically in the gunner's compartment where she hides things, and found the true device. And
I find it amusing that she's already discovered a hidden compartment in somebody else's plane.
Yes. I mean, it's really just the space under the gunner's seat, but yeah.
And
Yeah, hidden behind.
And it has a newly installed gun too.
Yes, you.
I know. I saw. I read. I listened to that. Yeah.
Getting back to America, you guys kind of went off on your. Each of you had your own business to take care of. Don was all about getting and spending as much money as he could before he left town. Lance was determined to get a good steak and to check in with his paper. Tiffany hit up the library and solved the mystery of the Bertel clock, discovering that the sequence of numbers indicated when the clock hands were pointing at different numbers indicated a month and year, and learned that the only place in the world that would have the exact star pattern pictured on the front of the clock at that time would be Domremy, France. Further research indicates that at the church in Domremy, the church of what is called the Church of the Maiden, there is an organ that was donated by Cardinal Richelieu that was built by Armand Bertel.
Okay.
C.S. Theodore, after hearing this, authorized the party to go to Domremy and to try to acquire the next clue. He also informed them that the group they've been facing is likely a group of enemies that Aegis is somewhat aware of. They are very secretive. They are known only as the Fata Morgana. Their true name is unknown. They've been called the Fata Morgana. And in addition to Domremy, he said while they're in Europe, he wants them to go to Germany, as the journal of Jean-Francois Doliac, who was Bertel's friend and the executor of his estate, had since had been bounced around over the years. Its last known owner was a German aristocrat, Baron Adolf Niga, and his estate might have recently been seized by the German government. So your missions are Domremy and then into Germany, if you can manage to make it into Germany.
Yeah, if we survive that long.
And
Alrighty.
you are fully aware that the Fata Morgana is probably going to be on your heels every step of the way.
Oh, but of course.
I take you now to a plane over the Atlantic. You are all there and can interact.
So, can we, stop by somewhere that has an organ? I want to hear every single note on the organ, please.
That is an unusual request.
Yes.
May I please to ask why?
So I can hear the sound of every single note on the organ.
Are you gonna be picking up music?
Yes, I am.
That is.
Do you not think that music is an art worthy of picking up, Zheng? Is it not?
I would say that your average organ would be a very difficult thing to pick up. Very heavy.
I'm not.
Now, does it have to be an organ? Could it be some sort of other instrument, perhaps?
An organ would
Like
be
a
best.
guitar?
An organ would be best. A piano would be second best.
Well, I do believe our destination is an cathedral, is it not?
Yeah.
Would be. I would think it would be very likely there would be an organ there.
Yeah.
Perhaps you can ask the curate to allow you
I'm just a little
to
nervous
use it.
because phantom people like to shoot guns, and I don't like getting shot at.
What do you mean, phantom people? You mean, the Morgana people.
Yes, them.
Also, everyone is healed up by now. If anyone has any lingering wounds from their past.
Yeah, I was going to check.
I think Dawn is the only one that has a
Yeah.
wound up your miniatures.
Yeah, I was at one
Alright.
lethal. So
You now have a scar that you can show off to the ladies.
yes, after our previous escapades in the USSR, I decided to pick up this, and he taps a shoulder holster with a 1911 in it, American-made Colt 45, and this, and he holds up his wristwatch. What do you think, Uncle Zheng? Pretty nice, huh?
Time is an illusion. It is something created by man to keep all things from happening at once.
Wow, I missed these.
Your argument is nonsensical.
Ah. That is only because you need to seek enlightenment, young lady.
I guess I'll have to try to seek enlightenment once I'm retired and time won't matter. But for now, I think we gotta get to France.
Indeed. Does anyone here know how to speak French?
Me. I took it up before I'm learning the piano.
But of course. And he says it with that tone. But of course.
Yeah, I think a lot of people took up various language skills before leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I can speak a bit of French. The problem is German. Out of all the languages, I can only, I can struggle with German maybe, but for the most part, it's a no.
I know how to
Zheng
speak-
feels. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I know how to say some different tools in German, but I don't know how to conversate in German.
Although Zheng wouldn't say it aloud, Zheng feels he has no need to learn other languages because he already knows the perfect one. Of which all other languages are merely shadows.
I hope you're talking about English, old man.
He knows the languages of good.
So, all right. Yeah, I mean, Zheng will pretty much do the usual. He would have spent the time in San Francisco going over to Chinatown and restocking his satchel. So he's full up on all his medicines and such.
It's ointments, teas, and
so
herbs.
Absolutely, definitely. He's realized that he is among heathens, so he has to make sure to bring his own tea.
We drink coffee, as I sit here drinking tea.
Of course.
Hey, Uncle Zheng, make sure you get one of those little kitty things that does this for good luck. We're gonna need it.
Isn't that Japanese or is that Chinese?
Oh, I don't know.
No, that is Chinese. No,
Okay.
that is
Even
Chinese.
Chinese restaurants often enough.
Yeah, the Lucky Cats. The Lucky
I
Cats.
wasn't. I
it is
wasn't
a
able to
Chinese.
go into the restaurant when you guys were busy getting shot at.
You know, if we have enough time, we really should put one in the cockpit of this plane so we have better luck with this one.
How about one of those
You
hula dancers?
The hula girl. You need to have the hula girl.
Yeah, there we go.
I feel like that's less a token for good luck and more a token for you can tell when you're in trouble. It starts dancing when you're in trouble.
Turbulence, yeah. Turbulence awareness.
There you go.
What do you think, McCoy? What do you think we should put on the plane?
More fuel.
Oh, I think you're muted, actually.
I think you're muted.
Jeff, you're
Can you
muted.
hear me?
Oh,
Yeah,
now
we can hear you now.
I think
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
I don't think we
I
heard
must have
anything. You.
muted sometime. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. I must have muted myself. My headset way back when. So probably the last time I played. So
Oops.
yeah, because I had. It's like I wondered why everyone was kept interrupting me, but that's okay.
I've been there. I was thinking.
It gets even worse. I was running a game, and it wasn't that I got muted, is that I somehow set the volume down on my headphones so I couldn't hear anybody else. And it was just like everybody was like, why is he not listening to us? So
Uncle
Hey,
Zheng has
so-
had a bout of
Next week.
deafness.
I was thinking you were unusually quiet, and I would occasionally see you like laughing. I'm like, I can't hear him. I wonder if he's talking.
well,
What do you think?
anyway, what does
Girl
McCoy
or
think?
cat?
What should Villain have?
I think it's fun as is, but I'm willing to work with
I
you
think we're-
people. It's like, I'm trying to work as a team member. It's like I'm not quite used to dealing with other people. But I'm
Yeah, we need to put a decal on the side of the airplane to make it stand out.
well. I don't know if we want it to stand out for our enemies, though. That's it's counterproductive in that. I like to fly under the radar, so to speak.
Well, no, I just figured, you could have this decal of a donkey kicking out, and that could be the name of the team, the Ass Kickers.
I definitely think we need to have some sort of like wrench on the side and like a gear. That's the way to go.
I mean, in the interest
Yeah.
of self-preservation, we might just want to get multiple laminates of like the French fleur-de-lis, the German cross, the Russian.
No,
You could just flip.
I heard about a boat
Yeah,
once that
change
had
the
multiple
numbers on the
flags.
tail.
Yes, it would be good. You have a decal that you could just put on and take off depending on where we're flying.
Zoop. Slap.
Sort of like interchangeable license plates.
Yeah, it's like James Bond.
Guys,
The
drop it
flipping,
in to change that in midair.
yeah.
Okay, we're crossing over. We're crossing over into France now. Somebody go out and put the French icon on the plane.
Oh.
Oh,
We'd
yeah.
have to draw for straws.
Oh god.
You can
Anyway,
turn that glass.
all right. I
machine
think we've reached a level of silliness. We can move on.
All right.
Well,
So, you guys are en route to France. There's not an airport in Domremy. You would have to land where there is an airport and take.
Transportation.
Yeah,
Will we
Can
have
I-
our own vehicle, or will we have to take public transportation?
you will have to make those arrangements when you get to
Right.
France.
Okay.
Can I visit like a church or somewhere with an organ beforehand? Because
I mean, France is heavily Catholic. I'm sure that there will be plenty of places with churches between where you land and where you're going
Yeah.
to.
perfect.
Now, whether they'll
Does it
let you
really
play with
even
their
matter?
organ,
Well, they're all certain steam engine or full true organs back then. But the thing is you just need the keyboard layout because at least my knowledge, which is extremely low of music, is that a keyboard on an organ, piano, whatnot is the same regardless, is it
No.
not?
No, some organs have multiple keyboards.
Well, yeah, I know they'll have some will have multiple,
well,
and
but
they
the thing is, it's even if the first question is, A, do you know what keys you need, or to begin with, and then B, the corresponding note.
I don't know the notes.
You know the
I
tune
don't know.
though.
I know the sound.
Well, yeah, it
Well,
sounded.
would it be
There's
just
no
as
tune.
easy to go someplace to to find out, because as far as I know, my character doesn't know what notes we're even talking about, but personally I do. But
Yeah.
saying, okay, why don't we go some, if you want to have some note sequence, why don't you go someplace that is a music shop or something and ask them?
This is a good idea. We'll do this. This seems safe. Relatively
Yeah.
safe.
I mean, most music
Very
shops are not going to have a full-sized organ.
But they'll know the different layouts or general layouts, would they not, of the keyboards of organs?
We can always just go to one of these cathedrals or churches in Paris. We can pretend to be curators doing an inspection or something. We can find a way to do it. My French is
I'm just
probably
gonna
good
go to a
enough to
music
try.
shop. Besides, I think we should figure out what in the world we're gonna do once we get to this church in Domremy. Are we gonna pretend to be curators?
Oh, that was just an idea. If you wanted to
We-
mess around on a
we
piano.
are tourists. We are
anyone-
tourists who want to see the architecture. What is so
any-
what's difficult about that?
Is anybody Catholic?
What was the look
Realistic,
of the?
yes.
Zheng just gives you a blank look.
I don't know. I
Okay.
feel like Don probably is kind of the generic Christian back then, because I think that was kind of the bulk of the population. I feel like.
Yeah. Well, in the United States, it was mostly Protestant.
Yeah, Catholicism is more common in certain regions, like a lot of
Mhm.
Catholicism in Boston, for example.
Okay. Well,
Right.
prob-
So many
Because of all
Irish
the Irish.
Italians.
then yeah, Protestant, whatever the default like normal was, and even then,
Yeah.
he's not like a
Yeah.
practicing Christian. He's like,
I
"Yeah,
believe in.
I generally belong to the church."
Okay,
The one with the God in the
Yeah,
Christ.
that one.
Yeah.
You know the whole.
And this is it goes grease, oil, gas, water. That's it, right?
No. It's when you're walking out the door and you want to make sure you haven't forgotten anything. Spectacles, testicles, wallet, home.
looking around
That's-
for
that's-
lightning bolts, and we're good.
Let's get in the air, McCoy, before we sink our plane.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think that works for me. Did Uncle Zheng actually say that? I'll stick with mine.
Anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's go. Let's move on.
Yeah. Anyways,
Oh.
looking at the maps, looks like it's either Luxembourg or Paris are the closest major areas.
Airports.
Yep. And your
I
journey
mean, there
will
will be airfields, but it would be
You're not
difficult
going to want to have
to.
to cross international boundaries.
I feel like probably it would fly from from West Coast to East Coast and from East Coast to Europe. Probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, because you guys
Oh.
expressly said you didn't want to go over the North Pole again.
Yeah.
We should stop by Boston. I hear there's Catholics there.
So it's
Well-
so you guys went from San Francisco to Washington D.C., dropped off Theodore.
Yep.
And then started making your way across the Atlantic.
Probably
Probably a
Paris is
stop in
the-
either Greenland or I forgot the island. It's
Iceland.
there's a spot. It was all maybe I don't know if it was Iceland or if it was somewhere in the northern British coast. But there's a spot. There was always that one stop where all the planes doing transatlantic
Midway?
would
That
make
Midway
it to.
Pacific, actually. Never mind.
Well, I was going to say with two pilot, well, Luxembourg
really,
or Lindenberg did, what, New York to Paris
Yeah.
nonstop
I think
in
he
Spirit of
was.
St. Louis, but
Should we roll for navigation?
You can roll for that.
oh, someone's just asking for trouble now.
What would we use? I feel like it would be intelligence. I'm not too worried if it's that.
Why? Yeah,
Well, it's
we just landed in
survival.
Paris. Why is everybody speaking Greek?
it's it's under survival is navigation,
Yep.
which I believe you have, which I don't.
Yep.
It's like
I thought somebody had survival because I remember us rolling navigation.
yeah, I thought
at
Yep,
one point
I
in
was the
time.
one finding all the parachutes when
I think it was an intelligence is what was used last time
It's-
because I don't think any of us do have survival.
I thought
I do.
Rebecca had it. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I misheard.
it's an intelligence based stat. I figured
Yeah.
it might be useful, to
And
live.
now you know it has.
Well, the reason I actually
There you
have
go.
it is because I went to college without my parents, so had to figure
Uh-huh.
out how to live.
Well, I think I was basing it on the compass on my plane, but
I don't know.
No.
Survival to me means that, you're the last one
Yeah.
standing.
Oh,
the navigation is based on survival. It's
Yeah,
a survival.
Well, she knows the basic rule.
Yeah.
She knows the basic rule when dealing with a wild animal. She doesn't have to outrun faster than the animal. She just has to run faster than you.
yeah, exactly. And
The
my
22
intelligence
can
was
stop
right
the
there.
brown bear.
All right. So we arrive at some airfield in France.
Mm-hmm.
We could probably secure some transportation. We never established. I assume Aegis does not give us something like a per diem or
they gave
expenses or
us
something.
a
Aegis
list of
Did
people.
basically give you a list of contacts in various countries.
That's right, they did.
Okay. So
if you need
You said you would
stuff,
provide
you
it
can
later.
reach out.
so we
to-
probably would land in Paris just because the chances of finding
Yeah.
a contact there would be
Mhm.
highest.
And he gave us
All right.
contact if I'm not mistaken.
He did, but he said he would do it this round because he didn't have it ready then.
Yeah, and I forgot. So
So it's Jacques.
no,
So we all get a style point
didn't
because of
type up an actual handout. But yes, you guys are in France,
Mm-hmm.
and looking at it, there are a couple of Aegis contacts in France. There is an organization of theirs in Paris.
Okay.
Okay, you guys get a car that we can get into Germany. I'm gonna go find a music store.
Well, we don't want to go to Germany. We want to go to Do Re Mi.
Yeah.
No, it's No, that's no.
Also, Dina?
I don't know where you're at, but it's Dom Rennie.
Yeah,
not
that
Do
one.
Re Mi.
Yeah. But Miss Tiffany is correct that we be traveling to Germany after that. So
Papers.
we
They
have
were
papers.
important in Russia.
Yeah, do we
We
have
did
the
not have
appropriate
them.
papers
Zheng.
this time?
Shen reaches in his satchel and pulls out the San Francisco Times. I have paper. You need to read?
Your passport.
Yes, Aegis does make sure you have, documentation to enter the country. That much they provide you with.
Excellent.
When you actually go the route you're supposed to, don't just have to randomly take off because your pilot's been shot.
Yeah.
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 That was good times. Good times.
No. it
All
wasn't.
right. So Tiffany is heading off in search of a music store. That's an adventure all of its own. I suppose we're going to be reaching the contact, and we'll have agreed a meeting place so that Tiffany, we don't have to hunt Tiffany through the expanse of Paris. We will.
Why don't we
Like I
just
said, come.
tell them and meet there and stay overnight?
The Aegis front in Paris is a small bookstore. It's actually run by a couple, Antoine and Lisette. And they are booksellers, but they are also agents.
Cool.
That actually seems interesting. I do like bookstores.
But you're not there because
I'm
you're
not
off
there.
looking for a music store.
Yes.
While we go there, I would like to request a German Bible, a German dictionary, and a German entry to vocabulary guide.
You got the English no, you got an English to French dictionary before you left San Francisco.
Right.
Yeah, I got
So
that.
now he's
I
getting
want-
what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, because I don't know German. That's his mental structure for how he learns a language.
Sure.
Is he takes
Um,
English to book and whatnot.
They don't really have an English to German dictionary, this being France.
Right.
Also, their shop specializes in kind of a lot of older books.
Makes sense.
Right. They could probably give you a very dirty look when you ask for a German book.
Oh, they have plenty of
French
German
Day
books.
German.
Yeah. When you mention a German Bible, they do have that.
Ah, there you go.
I'll add it to my inventory. Or do I buy it, or how does
They
the...
provide it. They are going to bill Aegis.
Okay, then I will add that. So eventually, when I add another language proficiency, he has the tools.
There you
Or I
go.
could just talk
Make sure
to
you get the first edition with the autograph.
From Gutenberg or
I used to be an old joke. And so and so is so old they have a first edition Bible with the autograph. Anyway,
I mean, I
So-
once said that my history teacher was so old when she started teaching it. The class was called Current Events.
there you go. Boom, boom. There it is. Okay. I'm guessing. What kind of car do we get? Not that I care because I'm not going to be driving it. But
Yeah, we can provide you with transportation. Do you want? How many of you are there?
It's what, 5?
5, and it'd be good to have a spare in case we pick up any
Oh, yeah.
Anyone.
passengers,
yeah.
Any hitchhikers?
hostages. I mean,
Ah.
passengers.
Well, I mean,
How about a doozy? Can you get us a doozy?
Oh my God. We're lucky if we get a Model T.
Oh, I don't know. In Europe, you probably get a Peugeot.
Yeah, it'd be one of those little Peugeot.
Two jokes.
Oh, you know what? Now you're making me look up. I had a friend of mine, well, not a friend of mine, somebody I knew, who actually did a whole collection of stuff for pulp. Let's see if I can find it.
Oh man, once
Shows
we went
it
to
right there.
once we went to a car fair, and
Pulp,
they had one of those I'm not sure if it was a Model T, but it was a really old Ford, and it had the windows were replaced because they had broken before, but they were replaced with the same glass that was in them before, and they had like etching in the window. You know how you see that old glass china and it has like rose etching? It had that like in the windows.
Oh,
It
a
was
Citroen.
gorgeous.
That's what we get. We get one of those Citroen pickup trucks things.
Yeah, you guys. It is basically
Let's get a Mercedes.
no. They are not
No.
running a really nice car. It is a
Oh, or we could get a Fiat. They do have them in that time.
It is a. You guys get a pickup. You know, the sides on it are wood. 2 of you can fit in the front. The rest of you will have to ride in the back.
Ah, it's like the airplane.
Yeah, pretty much.
Except we don't have a gunner in the front. Can we get the machine gun put on?
Remounting that would be a bit of a pain, and I feel like we'd have problems crossing the border into Germany.
And that's what likely gets you noticed.
Yes, indeed. Oh God. All right. So okay, we get a pickup. Like I said, probably a Citroen or a Fiat. We're going to be local. Local identification. Excuse me. So yeah, I was trying to look at some images because like I said, what I was going to say is I collected a whole bunch of collections of cars, airplanes, motorcycles, all kinds
Here it
of
is.
stuff. So I was trying to find some good images.
Oh, your German Bible?
No, I found my notes from the last session. I've been looking for it this whole time.
Oh, I thought you were finding your German Bible.
I have a German Bible actually, but no, it's on the other shelf.
In the beginning, there was the word.
And the word was with God,
Jawohl.
and the word was God. The same was
Das-
in the beginning with God.
So I'm
I
guessing
think
it's
I need a
the International C-15, huh?
So you guys, they'll arrange the car for you tomorrow. You'll have to find lodging in the city for tonight. They recommend a couple of places.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good. I hear there's some great
It
shows.
is.
What's that Black American singer? Is she still playing here?
You Americans come all the way to France to watch an American singer?
She's supposedly the best in the world. She left the country because she didn't like the way they treated blacks.
I suppose if
There it
you
is.
to find. He seems a little perplexed that Americans would come all the way to France to hear American music, but yes, I suppose if you
Who
wish.
are you calling American? Anyway.
Well, Lance, because he's the one that was asking.
Yeah, he's the one asking. No, I know. I just yeah, basically he shrugs. Look at just, crazy round eye. What do you expect?
But yes, if you wish to go and. Yes, Miss Baker, yes, she is performing.
Hmm.
And
So we are doing this. We are taking our time. Oh
he
my God,
basically
what is
gives
this
you
picture?
the address of a well-known, I guess the modern term for it would be like a jazz club.
Yep.
Okay.
I want to go there.
Okay.
Do they serve tea?
Long Island.
Yeah, no. No.
It's France. It's probably
should be-
a lot of wine.
Yes, a lot of
this
wine.
is- This is France before the outbreak of World War II. It's the tail end of the period where the French national ethos was let's drink all the good wine before the world goes to hell again.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, Adrian's mom went to France and they don't drink water.
Yep, there was, between the interwar period in France, it was let's write philosophy about how much the world sucked and drink all the good wine before it gets worse.
It explains them being heavily Catholic because if, water to wine.
A lot of guilt going on. All right. So, anything else? Any more damage, or we're gonna do this Port City before we move on? Does Tiffany find her music?
I have this ready. Ahem. Bonjour, puis-je jouer du piano?
Oui, madame. He invites you into the store and shows you where there are several pianos in the back of the store.
I sit down at the piano that looks like it has the most keys.
They're kind of all the same in that regard, but
Yeah, really.
What's that? Yeah. That's not true.
the ones in this store it is.
Okay, it's
Yeah,
in the
well-
store. Okay. I go from top to bottom, and then I kind of find what keys I think are proper with my very good memory.
Okay.
Merci beaucoup.
Mommy,
Yeah, baby. So yeah, I
Ian Fleming in it.
find what keys I need. I'm good to go. I would also ask about the differences between regular pianos and organs. Get as much knowledge firsthand as I can.
He launches into a very long explanation in French. But you said you speak French now, right?
Yes, I do.
So yeah, you think that you could, if necessary, you could puzzle out how to find the right notes on the organ, on the kind of organ that would be in the church. So,
And Dunrame.
Wonderful.
you're able to identify the notes on the piano that he has, and then he kind of tells you, well, on an organ they would be, and he kind of sketches it out for you.
Perfect. I honestly, yeah. The organs I know of are smaller and have a Leslie. They don't have pipes. So
All right. So Tiffany is able to rendezvous with the party, and you have to decide what you're going to do. Are you all going to look for the show, or are you going back, find lodging? You guys have some options.
Or do we find lodging first and then go to the show?
Yeah, they start late. We can go
Yeah.
find a hotel first. Freshen up and get ready.
Dressed to the nines.
Yeah.
Now, as a player, I'm balancing the fact that Zheng would have no interest in going to a jazz club. Considering this group, wherever they end up, they're probably going to have to need him just to get them out in one piece. So I'm just kind of balancing that back and forth.
Sure.
Well, probably going, well, where's the most closest police station to where the jazz club is. Huh?
Can
Yeah,
can
really.
Don be like trying to persuade Uncle Zheng to just come to see and be cultured and just to experience what this French place would be like? Because Don would be very excited to.
And
to
again, this French place where you're going specifically to find American music.
It's jazz
That's
music.
why Don's excited.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, jazz was getting real popular in the 30s in France.
Yeah,
so-
jazz is the big thing in Paris.
Ella Fitzgerald
Exactly.
a thing at this point, or was she later?
What's that?
Was Ella Fitzgerald a thing yet, or was she later?
I'm not.
Mm.
We're talking about Josephine Baker.
Yeah,
Oh.
the one he was mentioning was Josephine Baker.
Okay,
Ella Fitzgerald.
1934
Yeah,
was
so he's probably just at the
So
beginning
it's-
of her, but she is not the one who is in France.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It was was it Billy? Come on, brain.
No,
Her name for
Actually, in
Billy's-
the 20s is
gosh, I'm trying to remember now. Anyway,
no, it was Josephine Baker. Was the
thank
big
you.
star in Paris.
Josephine Baker. That's what I'm thinking of. Thank you. All right. So very well. Does eyeing the others, is this something I have to dress up for?
I don't know. We're in a different country. I'm not entirely sure what their customs are. I'm gonna go like this, and he's wearing his suit, vest, jacket, tie, like his normal.
yeah, it's a classy place. Heck, back in the
Okay.
30s, everyone dressed up for everything. It seemed like.
Mm-hmm.
Versus nowadays, it's like dress up. It's a wedding. We have to dress up.
Yeah.
I got my best T-shirt on.
Well, Zheng does have a suit because there are times when he's required to wear something that fits the cultural norm. So he
And I'm
can.
pretty sure I
easily-
hid my fancy dress in Don's luggage.
which probably gave the customs guy an interesting experience as he opens this guy suitcase and sees a dress and he kind of looks at Don, looks at the dress, looks at Don and shrugs. He's French. He digs it.
Yeah,
He
And
understands.
Don would have no clue. He's just like kind of
Anything,
waiting,
yeah.
staring out the window for them to finish the customs.
there's like
No clue.
You have
I
one
figured
of
I'd be
the-
safer in there than in any of my bags because, oil dripping is a thing. Except for the clock. I was actually very careful about wrapping that up in my cleanest cloth.
Oh my. All right. So we're going to a jazz club.
Mm-hmm.
Please tell me you will survive the experience.
I can't promise that.
Oh boy. Okay. Uh-oh. Who's listening to what?
I thought he was going to put on like some jazz.
I think
in
we
the
are in
background
it.
for us.
It is jazz, guys.
Wah, wah, wah,
Chatty.
wah.
You're in the club.
Yeah, so there's music.
Okay, waiter, a bottle of fine wine and 5 glasses, please.
This is not the real Josephine Baker. This is the portrayal of her on the show Timeless.
Ah,
Oh yes, I remember that.
Great show.
It is. It is.
Okay, I don't see anything on.
Are you trying to share something, Adam, or just putting music in the background?
Because row 20 is completely black to me.
I dragged you onto a new page. It's just an image from the show.
They
Okay.
might have fog of war on because we can't see
Yeah.
anything.
Oh, that's entirely possible.
Wah, 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 wah. It's the lights are out in the club. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark in here.
It's that. It's an avant
It's
garde
smoky.
show.
It's
I forgot when I
Yes.
copied a blank page that I had fog
There
of
we go.
war on.
There you go. There you go. There's a picture. We see it now.
Got it.
So she hasn't taken the stage yet. She's kind of, out in front talking to, well, the fans who paid for the good seats. The house band is kind of doing their thing. They bring you some wine,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys are, it's it's the 30s. It is very like
Smoky.
the smoke you could cut with a knife, essentially.
Right.
I was going to say, isn't that how it was until the 70s or so?
You know,
Really?
back when cigarettes were allowed on planes.
Right.
And there is like a cigarette girl moving amongst the
Yeah.
crowd, just in
Mhm.
case anyone's not smoking.
Cigarettes.
And yeah, cigarettes were allowed on planes into the 70s. I was watching an episode of something where they
Oh,
give
yeah.
a speech about if the cabin loses pressure, oxygen masks will come down. But the next line was, if this happens, please extinguish all cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
Cigarettes. I
Hey,
remember
yeah,
being on
cigarette-
airplanes where they had the smoking section and the non-smoking section.
Hey, you
Oh,
got some
man.
your cigarette
Yes.
vending machines, hey, that was all over the place. It's
Oh, yeah. My dad would send me out to get cigarettes. That tells you that. That tells you where, yes, you could be a 12-year-old kid go into a store and buy cigarettes.
I don't
gonna
see
say,
smoking
there it is.
sections very much anymore in restaurants.
there aren't
There aren't any. That's the whole
Yeah.
point.
I would say
kids
two,
today.
I would say two of you can make a perception check.
I'll make one.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. Ah!
Anyone else, or otherwise, I guess I will.
My character sheet went away. I had it up and it went away. Oh no!
Anyone else rolling perception?
Oh,
You can, that's fine.
What do you got in it?
I was going to, but my character sheet went away. There
Okay,
it is.
I'll let you do it.
Uncle Zheng got it.
All right. So
Yeah.
Impressive. I don't think we need it anymore.
as you guys are sitting there, Tiffany, you hear some people at a couple tables over. They are speaking. They're trying to be quiet because they are speaking German.
Oh no.
And that strikes you as odd because you know that, there's a lot of stuff going on in Germany right now that
Makes him unpopular around here.
I mean, that and the whole war didn't really endear Germany to anyone.
Hey, oh my gosh, I'm
Mhm.
trying to remember Adrian's character's name now.
It's at the bottom
Don.
of roll 20.
Yeah.
Don.
Hey, Don, did you ever get that German dictionary?
No, I got we have a hotel now, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are at the club now.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's back at the hotel, but I got a Bible. I was gonna
No,
try to
if you-
to do some
Like-
studying
It's like,
later.
why do you guys need a dictionary?
Well, because if you wanted to practice, there's some people over there who are talking.
Well,
Yeah.
I can. Why does he need to talk to some stranger? I know German.
I like
Oh.
twist in my seat and look back at whoever she's talking about.
Can I point? I say those people.
Yeah.
Can I point it out for Jeff to see
McCoy,
if
if you
Jeff
would
can
like to
understand
make
what they're
a
saying?
perception check to try to listen in, you can.
So you want me to do a perception to see if I can hear him? Okay. Okay. It's probably going to be too
Do it to
noisy.
it.
Two.
Once they're pointed out to you, you're able to start listening to them. Yeah, these three guys are talking in German. Very hushed voices. You're only getting every other word or so. One of them seems to be, concerned that they will get in trouble for coming out tonight. The other one is trying to reassure his friend, and it's much easier to hear because he's a little drunk.
Like everything will be okay.
But yeah, that's what you're able to pick up with that roll.
Someone else is coming on. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll walk over to him. I just, my flaw of being impulsive. Yeah, I go. It's like, who let these damn Germans in here? Because.
Ooh.
You say that to the Germans?
Oh yeah, and I'm not quiet about it.
Oh boy.
One of them, the one who is a little drunk, gets to his feet and gets right up in your face.
Hey, I'm impulsive. What do I expect?
Is that your flaw?
Yeah, that is my flaw.
Before he can say anything, another individual comes up, puts his hand on that guy, and gets him to sit down. He then orders in French, but with a German accent, some wine to be sent to your table. Please forgive my associate. He has clearly had too much and cannot control himself.
I don't think you guys belong here. And it's like,
We are paying customers the same as you.
Sit down now. We don't want to get started trouble
Please,
here.
friend, go back to your table. Enjoy the wine I have provided to you and your party.
Yeah, we don't want you to get killed. Who's gonna fly our plane? Come sit down here. It's a good
My
wine.
associates will finish their drinks and return. We are here on business. This is most unprofessional for them.
I've lost many a good friend due to your folk.
And
Back
we
in
have
the-
many at the hands of your people.
Which was justly deserved since you guys started it.
Oh boy.
Well, the Serbians started it. We merely tried to finish it. But I bear you no ill will. My boy is very much fond of the American funny books.
Oh yeah.
We hold you no ill will. His favorite is, how you say, Der Fledermausmensch. Whenever I'm in America on business, I try to buy some for him.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
Nope.
No?
No, Batman. Batman. Die Fledermaus Mensch. The Batman. Did I get it right?
Yep.
So,
Yes.
yes. Die Fledermaus.
But please, as I said, the war is over. No need to start another one here in this establishment. I believe the signature act is about to take the stage. Why don't you have a seat and enjoy the show?
I look at the rest of the party at the table, and it's like, well,
Yeah, you're not getting any
here.
backup on this
Yeah.
one.
Well, we were here for some entertainment. Just know I have my eye on you, and leave, but
Some
it's
of
like
them.
I'm giving the dead eye,
The hairy eyeball.
yeah.
And I've just thrown you a bullet for playing
When
up here.
McCoy gets back, I said, I didn't want you to pick a fight with them. I just wanted to know what they were saying. What
At
were
this
they saying, by
point,
the way?
he begins herding the other three out of the establishment.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't trust them.
What were they saying?
They were saying everything would be fine, but I don't know. They don't seem to be up to any good. And trust me, I know people that aren't up to, that aren't being kosher. It's like I think we should follow them.
Yes, they're Germans in the 30s. They are probably not kosher. That is.
What?
Yeah. Oh, ow, ow. Ooh. Can we take stopwoods away from you for that one? Ouch.
I would debate
Hey y'all.
purely accurate.
I wasn't trying
Alrighty
to be
then.
funny here, but you know.
Yowza. Oh. Anyway,
Ah.
all right. So we know there are Germans in Paris, but then that's really not that big a revelation. But Zheng will make the effort to at least get a look at their faces, just in case he has the need to notice if they meet again sometime later on.
The three who are around the table are younger.
Mm-hmm.
The one who came and broke up the potential fight, he's not elderly, but he's probably in his late 30s, maybe 40s.
So
I mean,
so
this
he was
is
in the
obviously
Great
a
War
challenge
too.
for Zheng. Yeah, this is obviously a challenge for Zheng because you white guys all look the same. But
Can I say with my
but-
5 perception, I know what they kind of look like?
I will say that the guy who broke up the fight, you definitely were able to commit his face.
Mhm.
And the guy who was who was afraid of being in trouble, he was facing you, so you got him. The other two's backs were to you. So you never
Cool.
really got a good look at their faces.
I think for Don, he'd kind of be a little bit more just passively watching that exchange. And when you're saying that you think we should follow him, he looks down at his wine glass and is like, I really want to just hang out and drink this here. And he's going to say, do you really think they're going to be a problem?
Well, if you follow them, there might be.
Hey, McCoy, what were they saying? That's why I pointed it out. I didn't mean to pick a fight with them.
Well, the one guy was saying that he was afraid of being, that they shouldn't be here, which makes me think that they're up to no good. That they're either spying or doing something nefarious. It's like, I just don't like the looks of those guys. It's like I'm certain they're doing. They're
Okay,
up to no good.
if we run into a late if we run into them later, it might be an issue. For now, just enjoy your wine.
Well, I'm not drinking what they're bringing us.
Well, you already had a cup.
You guys had booze at the table before they sent
Yeah,
some
we had
over.
our own bottle already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't worry about it.
I'm going to take my alligator skin briefcase with the dent on it, pop it
We
open.
hammered it out, actually.
I know, but you can't exactly get the
Yeah,
stuff out.
you-
There's
yeah.
a slight crease you can
I
tell.
heard about some, but there's still, it's not completely.
It's more of a mark of a memory mark. It's not like a huge banged in piece, but you can tell there's a little divot. But because he does bring that with him, that's got his other stuff in it. He pops it open, and then he will take the wine bottle and see if he can get it to fit diagonally into the thing. It's like this could come in use later.
Okay.
Empty wine bottle or a full wine bottle?
The German one.
Oh,
I won't begrudge you wanting to fight him. I mean, maybe you can give it back to him with some style later on. and I will
Oh,
try to close the briefcase and see if I can fit the wine bottle in there. I kind of don't know if it would fit actually.
Tuck my dress around it. It'll
You
give it
find a
some
bottle
padding.
that's thin enough that it fits, but
no.
I
I
take
wouldn't
out some
use
other
that briefcase
materials
as
and
a
like.
shield while it's in
The
there.
thing is it would
Yeah.
be probably opened when
Oh,
it
do they
got
open?
served to the table.
Yeah, like
Oh.
the bottle is if the bottle is not empty, then your briefcase is suddenly full of booze.
Okay. Well,
Because most of the time, think of
So obviously, your best bet is to empty the wine, preferably
Well,
by imbibing it. So
I'm not gonna care about it then. Too
It's
much
not hard
effort.
to buy a bottle of wine in Paris.
yeah. All right.
And
Moving on. Are we done?
Great show. Great show. Glad we-
Yeah, you guys just stay there a little longer. Miss Baker eventually does take the stage, gives a really great performance,
Mm-hmm.
and the rest of the night passes uneventfully, unless you choose to make it eventful.
Not at all.
I asked the waiter if he knew who the Germans were.
Make an
Mm.
investigation check
I have
or
no
streetwise check.
streetwise. Okay, no.
The waiter
Streetwise?
doesn't
No, I don't
know what
know.
you're talking about. He didn't know there were any Germans in here.
Yeah, really. Germans?
It must have been hard to hear then.
Hey,
Had her paid off.
their money was good. Their money
Yeah.
was good. That's all he cares about.
Which means
Yeah,
it
they were
wasn't
bad tippers, but
because of the rampant inflation at that time.
Oh,
Fun fact: at this point in history, the Germans were basically printing so much money to try to pay off their war debt that German money the mark was worthless. It's not quite as bad as the Bolivar today, but
Getting there.
I don't think anything will ever be as bad as the Bolivar is today.
all right.
History will tell.
I mean, maybe the Bolivar tomorrow, but
Moving on.
all right. You guys return to the hotel, and be honest, anyone who got to the point where they were drunk should make a body roll to find out how they're feeling the next morning.
That would be McCoy and Don, maybe?
I
don't know
only
if
had
I-
one.
I absolutely rolled.
I only had one glass, but my body is so low. I still feel like I should roll for it.
Okay.
No, I don't think I
Victoria-
would. I think I was going to be more,
I'll roll.
Like you were planning to
Yeah.
have a good time, and all of that went out the window.
yeah. Damn Germans ruin everything.
I think I would have been fine with one glass with that roll. That was
Yeah. You were,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, everyone, and I'm assuming Zheng didn't.
Nah, Shane wouldn't have drunk any wine.
No, I probably wouldn't have drank any of the Germans. So it was like the one at the beginning was like,
Probably why Don had more than he should have, because nobody else was touching that bottle.
Right. Nevertheless, Shang will provide a small concoction, to those who
Which is
involve.
fine. He
In case
can
they
blow
need
it
it.
up on his, or
Oh, okay.
he can blow it up on his roll. He's fine.
Yeah, if you're offering it, Don will smell it and base it off of the smell if he'll have it or not.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he's-
It's a hangover remedy, so you can pretty much imagine what it smells like.
Yeah, I think he's like, I'll be okay, and like he'll just dump it out
yeah, it's
privately.
not hair of the dog. Yeah. Or then again, maybe it is a hair of a dog is part of the recipe. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. But very hard to find dogs in Paris. Actually, not too hard.
Hard
Meanwhile,
to find ones
Anyway.
without fleas.
Monsieur and Madame Despereaux have provided you the truck,
Mm-hmm.
so you can continue on to Domremy.
Okay, let's go.
There's also a map on the front seat.
At any point during this, did Tiffany retrieve her dress out of not my luggage case? So I've got a suitcase, and then I got my actual
I'm
briefcase.
assuming she retrieved it to wear it to the bar
Okay.
last night.
Okay,
Yeah.
just to
Right,
check.
that was the whole point.
So
That
it's
was
no
it.
longer in my luggage unless you're stowing it
I
back
put it
there
back
again.
actually. No, I put it back.
Okay. Okay.
My thought process is you like fancy things and you probably take care of them, so it'll probably be in the best care if you hold on to it.
Is it a red dress at least?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
Probably.
So there's 3 seats in the front or 2?
Two.
2 comfortable, 3 otherwise.
Okay, I think we've already established that Lance, you're our driver.
Yeah.
Or did that shift over to McCoy as the pilot?
Well, I can drive.
McCoy and Lance can both drive.
Okay. Well, Don's going to sit in the back, very kind of squished together as much as he can with his briefcase on his lap and hands just awkwardly sitting there, bumping along as we're driving.
You're not. Tiffany gets to sit in front. Is that correct?
I would assume so. One driver and Tiffany in the cab, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Zheng has no problem sitting in the truck bed. He puts himself in Zazen position and just,
Y'all are so nice.
So you guys are en route to Dumrami. You guys were feeling mostly okay.
Mm-hmm.
The bumpy road is maybe a little rough. You're maybe feeling a little bit the next morning. Like you would have been fine to not be in a car on a bumpy road, but you're probably feeling it a little bit now.
Zheng has some liniment that he can give you if you are achy.
Yeah, because we
So-
probably went to Paris to Rome, or Reims to Metz to Nancy, and just looking at the maps.
Yeah, you guys are going to be on the road for a
Yeah.
while.
Yep. I mean, we're not talking like an over. It's not going to be more than a day.
No, but I mean, you probably by the time you get to Dumrami, it's going to be getting late. So you're going to have to decide upon reaching the city if you're going to try to get into the church tonight, or if you're going to wait until morning.
Well, are we in any rush?
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say if we're in a rush or not. Go ahead.
I was going to say, what is the date on the that the clock gave? I mean, that's a real deadline. Is that date?
December 7th, 1537.
Missed it.
Damn it.
That has nothing to do with it.
I think
It's
that's
okay,
Joan
Jake.
of Arc's birthday or something.
Okay, all right. I thought maybe there was some astral.
That was well. That's how they figured out where we wanted to go, because the location based on the star in that date was the Dumrami, France.
Got it.
So
Okay, well
it
then.
did match, but yeah.
Well, let's wait morning.
Weren't
Nestor, if you remember, the clock itself had this night sky pattern on the front.
Right. No. I was just wondering whether there was one of those things where we were waiting for some astral,
I was synchronized
It
with
was
the
just literally
stars.
a map.
No.
No worries.
It takes
no
a
worries.
long time for. Yeah.
No worries. We good. We good. So the question is, I hear Don wants to just chill. Zheng has no problem. I mean, he's not complaining, but you can tell that the bumpy ride wasn't very good on his old bones. So he has no problem with the idea of staying somewhere overnight. It's nothing that a little tea won't cure.
So we were getting there, around 6 or so in the evening, or
Yeah, it's
sundown?
sunset when you guys arrive. So it's up to you if you want to try for the church tonight, or
That's probably closed. We might as well wait till morning.
well, churches are always
See
open.
better.
Mm,
Church.
No, they're not.
Well, Back then, well, heck,
I feel like if I
go
go
to
in and
my
I
Catholic
ask
church,
to
it's-
pray,
yeah.
they would let me in.
yeah.
I mean, some of them are because they have like a sanctuary function.
Right.
But whereas this is a historic church, it's more likely to be.
Closed.
Well, I'm torn. I am perfectly like the idea to stretch my legs, but also we could just go to sleep and do it in the morning. It's probably getting a little nippy out here.
I'm certain if we want in, I can get you in. We can nod. They're always open. Trust me.
Well,
No.
you also have the point of if we go there at night, there's less likely to be people there, and we're doing something that we don't necessarily want people to be there. And
That is a valid point. We may be engaging in activities that would not be acceptable.
I think a whole truckload of foreigners going in the church is going to draw attention.
Well, that's only if they see us.
Precisely.
That's
Don's head jerks up for a moment, and he kind of like takes off his hat, and he says, "Those Germans. Do you think that they're here under similar purposes? Do you think we were followed? Do you think we're leading them to?" And he just kind of shuts up and looks like skeptically around for other vehicles on the
Yeah,
road.
those
I think-
Germans could be into anything. You never know what. They just can't be trusted.
I think you're being a little bit paranoid. I don't think there was anything that gave them indication to follow us, other than us pointing ourselves out to them.
Yeah, they're making
But you
yourselves
know,
known.
Don just
But
has
I
a
feel like we
hunch.
could at least get rooms and have a good dinner at least, and we can decide what we want to do afterwards. Work better on a full stomach. I don't know about you guys.
okay.
Alrighty then. So
Is there an inn
we-
nearby?
There are.
Sure there is.
There is a little inn. It's Yeah, it kind of has this very old world feel to it. Like it probably existed back in the 1600s, and they've just kind of modernized it very little since then to keep up with times.
Indoor plumbing basically has been added. Okay.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
So Don would like to kind of go
Fine.
to the front desk and ask for how many rooms that we can grab. Probably 3 rooms. 2 guys, and 1 girl.
Bonjour.
They-
Vuestros chambres. Chambres? Chambres?
Chambre.
Chambre. Thank you.
No problem.
Yes, monsieur, we have rooms available.
Oh, you speak English.
Oh, that makes it easy. Do you get a lot of foreigners?
Un petit, monsieur.
Certainly do for
British, oui.
Any Germans?
Not many. Things are tense since the war.
What day of the week is it?
We.
Are you asking? Are you asking in
Out of
character?
character.
Out of character. Yeah.
Oh, out of
Do we-
character. It's Thursday.
Thursday.
And what time of
I
year is
asked-
it?
I ask if they have morning mass.
Let's see. So your first adventure was late summer, so probably
Mhm.
we've probably caught up with ourselves. We're probably in October by now because I figured you guys spent a couple of months.
Oh, that pickup ride
Mhm.
better not have been raining.
No, you guys avoided the.
But you saw the nice fall leaf colors, so
This is a beautiful drive, not a drizzling drive.
not a bumpy.
Okay.
I ask if they have morning mass.
Oui, are you
Oh yeah, they have matan. They have the early They always if it's Catholic, it would definitely have an early mass.
They do. He's a little surprised. In his experience, most of the English speakers are not Catholic.
Right.
What with them most likely being Britons and more likely to be members of the Church of England and all. But
I
yes,
just ask what time morning mass is at and how long it is.
it starts around 7. For Catholic mass is like what, an hour or two?
Yeah.
I think it's
2
only
In
an
hours.
an hour. Well, no. Your daily masses are probably about an hour.
Yeah, for daily mass.
Yeah, well, even your Sunday masses are typically an hour nowadays.
Right.
I
But
wonder
this
if
is
What about back
going
then?
back in the 30s.
Girls
Remember
and
that
girls
this
are-
is before Vatican II, so
Yeah.
they were still doing
Yeah.
it in Latin.
Yeah, in Latin, priest facing away from the congregation, the kneeling rail, which the Protestants still keep, but the Episcopal or the Catholics have gotten away with the Vatican too. Yeah.
Yep.
The joys of knowing actual religion. Yes.
But
Oh, hey.
how many are in your party, Monsieur?
5.
5. The rooms are single occupant. We will.
Nestor.
Yes, I know. That's my youngest.
Tell her to play.
I've tried to get him to play Hex.
Oh,
Wasn't
it
she
was so
supposed
small,
to be
I
at
couldn't see.
college?
No, that was Jeff's youngest.
My
Oh,
youngest,
okay.
yeah.
Oh,
you're
you're showing
youngest,
off the
okay.
cat. Showing off the kitten. Showing off the kitten.
5 in our party. 4 males, 1 female.
The rooms are single occupancy, so I assume you will be needing 5 of them. By the way, this is, as I said, this place was probably around in the time of
Jesus.
the Musketeers.
Yeah.
And been ever so slightly modernized.
Probably a little
Yes.
bit of damage from the Great War, which has gotten repaired. It's like,
Mhm.
yeah. Who knows if I was around here or not at the time? But maybe I was flying by then.
But yeah,
Okay.
so I will just throw your tokens if you don't have any preference on which room you get.
I also ask about food in the area.
We have food in our dining room. We can provide you with food.
Well,
Excuse me.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, yeah, I probably would want to be near either, an exit or something like that. I'm just knowing my character. It's like, or
You want to have one with a window so you can jump
well,
out.
yeah, they all have a window. That's I noticed that first. I was like, oh no, okay.
All right, I'll stick McCoy in the one nearest the stairs. Dawn will be next to him. Tiffany will be next to Dawn. Lance will be across the hall from Dawn, and Zheng will be across the hall from McCoy.
There you go. Works for me.
Yeah, that's
I feel like I've seen this map before.
It's a
Hey.
Pathfinder map. You might
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
I use it a lot for All for One. This is my main tavern map for All for One.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But I figure it definitely works because there were at this time in Pulp. There's always that one tavern that looks like it could have been out of the Renaissance.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the fact
Okay.
that we're on a battle map is an omen.
you figured that one out too, yes. Like, it's making a point of putting us in rooms. SUSPECT something.
Yeah. So Don's just gonna, once he gets to his room, toss his hat and briefcase on the bed, kind of roll in his suitcase or whatever he's got, big travel bag, and just collapse on the bed for a minute and stretch.
And since that conversation earlier was, I think, out of character, he probably discovers Tiffany's
dress.
dress in his bag.
Does it fit?
Yeah,
It's like
what is this? And he's gonna go out and knock on Tiffany's door, which is her, right?
Is
Over
this
here?
yours?
Knock, knock.
Yeah,
Uh,
like that.
What is it?
I found something that belongs to you.
Oh, is it that red dress?
Yes. He's holding it up, just like waiting for her to open the door.
Oh yeah, keep it in your bag. It'll get dirty in mine.
At a loss for words, he looks at the dress and then like turns slowly and walks back to his room.
You guys each get a bullet for playing that out.
I'm sitting on my bed with my feet up, reading a French dictionary.
Oh, I thought you were going to be reading one of those French books. Ooh.
Well, is there books? Is there a book in the drawer? I might read a book in the drawer. Is there like a Bible in the drawer?
Yeah, there would be.
I probably am going through that right now.
I'd be scared about what I would find in a drawer in a French hotel.
An old French hotel.
Again, this is more of a country inn. It's
Yeah, well. All right. So, so what happens?
you guys doing anything else before you turn in for the night?
If there,
I think I'll go for a walk.
We want to have dinner together and
Yeah, if
make a
there's-
plan for tomorrow.
yeah, if there's food, let's eat.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
that seems like a logical choice.
So just go down to the long table,
Well, it looks like. Oh yeah.
far
there's
table. Okay.
the
corner.
private room or at the bar.
Like, I assume you guys would want the table that's kind of out of the way.
It's very McCoy.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the only one.
Yes. There we go. That's
They
good.
dragged over a chair for
Okay.
Zhang.
Yeah, yeah.
So you guys are, and there are some other patrons in the dining room, but I'm not going to put. I'm not going to put them on the map unless
No
you
worries.
really insist on them being there.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys are free to interact.
Mhm.
I'll stop
So-
you until anything happens.
Morning mass is at 7 and it goes for an hour.
So does that mean we're
Uh,
thinking about like 5 or like 9?
Oh,
Why don't we go at midnight?
What exactly are we looking for in the church?
we got to
Oh.
check out the organ, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's do that when the
Ooh.
sun's shining. It'll be a lot easier to see.
It's like I have a lighter. We can see enough, but if she needs to just hit a few keys on an organ,
But I don't want to just see the keys. I want to see what happens after I press the keys. It's not just like physically opening the door. It's seeing how it works and how the door is open.
Well,
And what made him so genius.
this
Sorry, go ahead.
organ is Jean Francois's, right? And it was made by Bertel. Is that what the specialty of this organ is?
I'm guessing somebody, will have to have people pumping the organ.
The organ was donated by Cardinal Richelieu. It was designed by Bertel.
Okay.
Right.
Jean-Francois Doliac had nothing to do with the organ. He was the executor of Bertel's estate and acquired by the German noble. That would be your next
The
destination
next one.
after
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So Tiffany knows all these things and she's figured out a lot, and I'm curious to know more. But I'm not sure how patient she is with explaining it to people who haven't figured it out already. I'm not sure if I should include that in her character flaws.
Are you? Do you really want to wait till people can see what's going on? Don't you want to know what the clue is? What's going on right now?
How much light is there out right now, actually? You make a very good point.
It is. I mean, you cannot see the sun, but the sky is like that
Twilight.
blue of just after sunset.
Mhm.
Mm.
Now, what do you
It is always darkest before dawn.
The trees look very black against that.
what are you trying to look at this organ exactly, Tiffany? Are
I
you-
think that once I do my thing, that there's going to be something changed with the organ, or like a secret door or something.
Oh, so you're not trying to like get schematics for it or anything? You think there's
Oh, I will.
something here?
I will.
Yeah.
I'll make them myself.
No,
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I think it's better asked for forgiveness than for permission. It seems like it works better that way.
It does.
mm,
It does. And they're
I'm
more likely to forgive you after you've already put it together. And they're less
Yeah.
likely to give permission if you say you're going to take it apart.
And if they don't, anything they don't know won't hurt them, right?
Exactly.
it is better to beg for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
I think I'm actually on the same page as you all for once. I've got this nagging feeling that the Fata Morgana are here, and maybe they're German. I don't know. We never found out what country they were, but those German guys, I don't feel right about them. Maybe if we go at nighttime, we can avoid any additional contact if they did follow us.
Mhm.
And this is if this is a rural community, lights are out at 12 or 9, and at 10 o'clock, I'm certain most of the town's going to be asleep.
So 10 o'clock?
Heck, I know
Whatever
rural
time we
Indiana was
use, we will use to our best effort.
Let's
better.
look at this map.
It's better to have a bad choice than no choice at all.
Well, it looks like there's a door right here, right off the steps. Is there not? Or
What's that?
right off the steps, there's a door going outside.
So the main door is here,
Mm-hmm.
just north of your table. If you go up the stairs, so yeah, these stairs, the bottom is here, and then this kind of ends
Yeah,
upstairs.
but there's a door right at the base of the stairs.
That is a
going
window.
outside. Oh,
There's
that's
a
a window.
window. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a
There is
window.
a back door out of what were the stables back in the. It's now more of a storage area.
There is a window here at the top of the stairs. You could always make a way
There's the windows in
down.
all of our rooms too. It's like, which I guess if push came to shove, we could make a sheet or a rope out of sheets or something like that.
Given the age of this building, the windows don't open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we
They
could
do.
just.
They just don't close after you open.
They'll open at least once.
Once. And stay open.
Well, based off the
High
size of the map,
intelligence.
it looks like all of the units, the rooms, it's a narrower second floor. So on the other side, you're probably looking out over the stables on this side, and that's probably like a slanted roof, I would imagine. So, but if they don't open, I guess that doesn't matter. Well, I mean, we could just tiptoe out the front door.
Or go down that back door.
Go back
Oh,
to
the
that.
stable
Yeah,
store.
so I would think that based on the layout of this, the rooms that are on this side.
Mhm.
I believe they would. Yeah, the way this is, I think it would be the rooms on this side would basically open. The windows would open out onto the roof of the first floor, because the second floor is not as big as the first.
I think both sides would do that actually, looking at the measurements.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, I
To
can
be
make
sort of in the center.
Well, how
Yeah.
how paranoid are you guys going to be? Because Don is for whatever reason rather paranoid about those Germans. He's got this.
I don't trust them.
Well, there is no reason to not suspect that we will be dealing with
Well-
members of the Fata Morgana.
But if none of the windows open, then
Is it worth
Or is it-
climbing down gutters and stuff, or should we just go the front door in the middle of the night?
we could just leave. It is
Go
better.
louder.
well, it looks like we'd have to go. This is, I'm assuming, the innkeeper's bedroom, or which,
Look at it this way.
yeah, there's
Unless
not
we
that
leave
much-
in the middle of the night, the innkeeper is most likely going to be up with the break of dawn, because he has to prepare, clean,
Yeah.
do all those early morning. So unless we leave in the middle of the night, we would be seen leaving. So
Yeah.
might as well just do it normally.
Or do some recording in the middle of the night.
Well, let's just go out the front door, but try to do it quietly and not really anything, not drawing attention to ourselves, and then go to the church, see what we can do there, and
Just
come
walk
back
casual.
after. Yeah, exactly.
Walk casual.
Or we could just ask about any sites that the city has before we leave.
Oh, an alibi. I think we should meet down at the staircase at
Well,
10. Sneak out.
we already asked about the church, so
Yeah.
And that's why everyone visits anyway, so yeah.
so let's not overthink this. We'll just go.
Okay.
Sometimes the simplest approach is the best.
I was going to say if the plan is to wait till the morning, I'm probably going to be going in the middle of the night. But yeah, I just know me. It's like that's.
So who is going to the church in the middle of the night? I hear McCoy is. Who else?
Me.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, I think Don will go as well.
If that is what the party decides, Zheng will go along.
Okay.
Mainly because he knows it's he considers it his job to make sure these companions stay alive.
Okay. You get to the church. I am going to need a larceny check from someone because the door is locked.
I can do that.
Here's what the
You
church
have
grounds,
larceny? Why am I not surprised?
here's what the church grounds look like.
Heck, I'll throw an extra style just to.
Oops. Come on. There we go. Trying to.
I don't even know where my thingy went.
There we go. Trying to set it at the right zoom level so I can actually see it.
There you go.
All righty.
4.
You get
Damn.
the door open,
Easy.
and I will move you guys inside the church.
Ah! That was having fun looking at the output. Let's see.
So you guys enter the
Go
church.
ahead.
Mhm.
It is empty. It is the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
The organ is not hard to see. It's an organ.
Mm-hmm.
Well, is it there or is it off to the side? Because
Looks front and center behind the pulpit.
okay,
Ooh, that's an interesting layout.
Mm.
This is the most nervous Don has ever been entering a church.
it's okay.
Does he
Gotta
does he
understand.
does he dip his finger and do the
The holy water.
No,
Holy water?
I don't think that's his thing. But normally, he doesn't have any like guilt or anything in the back of his mind, and he's
Normally, when he enters the church, he's not breaking and entering the church.
We didn't break anything. We just entered.
Yeah.
I just unlocked it.
I've
I
heard
didn't
that from
damage the
so many
lock.
criminal defendants. It's no longer funny.
All right.
You take all the fun out of it, Adam.
Oh no, there's a lot of fun in it. It's just occasionally the novelty gets lost on me.
You're bringing real life issues into this. Come on,
All right.
it's having to defend the people that do this for fun. That's your problem.
So what's everyone doing?
Before
Well,
I touch,
think-
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I was just going to say, Tiffany is probably the first one to choose, since this is sort of her bailiwick.
I'm going to stand guard outside the door.
Okay.
So you're not going to be in the church, or
No. I don't know anything about organs.
Do we know if there's somebody inside the church right now?
There's no one in the part you can see. You do see stairs going up.
by the at the end, yeah. There's probably a few lights around the. Well, there's the one holy, the one light by the altar showing that the sanctified, bread is,
Candles are actually still burning,
yeah,
Mhm.
like in all of these.
yeah, niches.
Right.
So there's dim light.
Yeah.
I will say there is a small penalty to try to do certain things because of the light condition. I'm gonna go just as I see you guys on screen. So what's Tiffany doing right now?
Before I touch the piano, I kind of want to do an investigation of the piano itself
Okay.
So you're
and kind of examine it and just kind of do a like, before I mess with it, this is what it looks like.
All right. So make an investigation check, and I'll give you a. There's no bonus, no penalty, because there's a light
Okay.
penalty, but a bonus from your science. So they
Where
can't
is
see
my, here it is.
Can I?
I was going to say, do you need a
following her?
cigarette lighter to?
Investigation.
All right.
Can I be up
And-
there with her? Just following
Yeah.
behind.
Okay, and then I'll be somewhere in the middle.
All right. So
I
we'll
kind of want
stick
to just be
Donna
watching
here.
over her shoulder. Yeah, go ahead, put me wherever.
Yeah.
But I want to be
I see.
following behind her. And I've got my journal out actually. I'm almost like thinking about having Tiffany make notes in my journal,
Okay.
if she's
And
needing
so
something.
McCoy is taking a position there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So investigating it, it seems like a normal organ as far as you can tell. It's carved with, there are a lot of carvings in it. It's very kind of ornate.
I definitely want to take a look at the carvings, remembering that the decorations on the previous item were important.
So on the back here near where the pipes are, there are, your character might not realize how odd this is, but there's the image of Christ, which makes sense. They have a carving that represents him.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
There's a carving that represents. You can be pretty sure that's Joan of Arc. You're smart enough to figure that out. The third
Yeah.
one gives you pause for a minute, and then you realize it's Cardinal Richelieu. So you have Christ in the center, and then Richelieu and Joan of Arc kind of to either side looking at him. On the main body of the organ, there's, not people so much. There's carvings of the fleur-de-lis, which is a symbol of France. There's, it's nothing as intricate and detailed as the Bertel clock was.
Of course, somebody who's in charge would put themselves carved onto something.
Hmm.
No, Lizzie, bring that out. Close the door, baby. Sorry.
No problem. No problem. So we're sort of positioned ourselves. It's your show now, Tiffany. What you doing? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Bribing children with fruit snacks. That's what I'm gonna do.
Always
Going to
a
say,
worthwhile
hopefully it's not
endeavor.
pop organ that we need a
Corruption,
few people.
100. Bribery.
Okay. I make a mental. I'm going over everything in my head that this person said about organs and thinking about what keys do I need to play
Okay.
and what do I need to roll to do this.
I'm just going to have this be an intelligence check. You have perfect recall, but you recall exactly what he said, but it's just an intelligence check that as long as you don't derp it, you should be fine.
Derp.
I
Yes, you
derped
have
it
to
with
say
a
that.
5.
You press the first key, and for a minute you're afraid because it doesn't seem like anything happens. And then you press the second one, and that key kind of locks in place. And then you press the third key, fourth key, fifth key. And it dawns on you that the reason these notes don't go together is to make sure that no one would ever play them accidentally.
In that order.
As you
Yeah.
hit the fifth key, one of these it's a square panel, maybe about 6 inches by 6 inches, with the fleur de lis, pops out.
Into your face.
No. It just pops out a tiny bit, revealing that this isn't just a decorative panel. It is the front of a small drawer built into the organ.
I pull it out.
And Lance, I am going to need a perception check from you.
Bum, bum, bum.
You notice the sound of a vehicle pulling up, and I'm gonna put you back on the church map first, the outside map for a second. You hear the sound of a vehicle pulling up over here somewhere.
Mm.
You know, pulling up, like probably stopping. You hear the doors closing, and you hear voices.
No,
people are-
somebody was outside, right?
Yeah,
Lance.
Lance.
That's why he made the perception check.
Okay, got it.
So he's noticing all this, and you keep
Do I recognize the language?
it sounds like French.
Okay.
Unless do you speak French at all?
No.
Then yeah, all you get is it sounds like French.
Wow.
But you hear people walking along this pathway. You know, it's cobblestone and gravel, so there's a bit of a crunch underfoot as they come closer.
Okay. I'm gonna open the door to inside and say, "We've got company."
Can I take whatever's in the drawer? Or can I
Yes.
look in the drawer?
Pulling up, carefully pulling up the drawer, there is it appears to be a very old book. It's leather, it's bound, it's got a cord basically tied shut. It is extremely old.
Yeah, I just take it out and I put the drawer back. I don't want the organ to be making noise at this point.
Okay.
And can I hide that in the bottom of my backpack if I have my backpack right now? Or
sure.
actually, I don't know what I have in my backpack.
You probably would be carrying a backpack,
Yeah.
Put it in your coat.
a satchel
Yeah.
or something maybe, but you guys wouldn't be carrying backpacks with you for this.
I don't
Okay.
even know if I would have
I would
my
put it in a
briefcase.
satchel then if I
I
probably
probably
would
don't
have
have
a
my
satchel.
briefcase. I would have left
Okay.
that in the
I
hotel.
figured you would, because you're probably carrying like a few tools, not your entire toolkit, but
No. No.
It's probably cool enough that you're wearing the coat, but yeah.
essentials.
I have a pocket knife that I have made that has my most commonly used tools, and that's probably what I have on my person.
I probably left my briefcase at the hotel, to be honest. I don't think he would have brought that for like a night op like this.
Makes sense.
But you do have your
You know what?
your new toy.
I
So
have a I
Did
have a new
Lance
toy.
go inside the church, or is he still outside the door?
He went
Lance?
inside, I thought.
Well,
But
he
he
said
at
he
least
opened
told
the
us.
door. Did he actually go inside of it?
No. He just opened the door and
Well,
yelled and spoke inside.
Well, then you hear the voices, talking to each other once you speak. They heard you, and they
Uh-huh.
begin moving, and the footsteps begin coming faster.
Okay, I'm going to move to the side and try to be out of sight.
So you're moving over here.
Three or you first think 3 men, but no, it's 4. They're wearing long coats, fedoras.
Uh-oh.
One of them tries the door, comments in French, swings the door wide, and they step into the church.
Oh, did we have time to like hide around the corner before this happened?
Make a stealth check. I'll tell you how well you hid.
Perfect.
That goes for everyone in the church.
Okay.
I was gonna say.
That goes. I'm gonna have Lance do this too, even if he's outside.
No.
Oh, well.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Lance is hidden. Zheng is hidden.
Zheng
McCoy-
is sitting. Yeah, Zheng is sitting in one of the pews, so it's really just a matter of lying down.
And I don't see one from Dawn.
So Dawn is gonna actually, if possible, run to the staircase. And is this walled in? Because I'm gonna hide there in the
That's what-
staircase.
Tiffany
I
was
still need a
thinking.
stealth ray.
Or well, you have the altar right here.
Yeah, so I'm going to say McCoy is kind of ducked around the corner here.
Yeah, I'm lying down.
Or-
I'm lying down.
or kneeling down.
in the
Yeah.
pew.
Dawn, as he begins to head up the stairs, they catch a glimpse of him before he gets into position.
Well, they probably hear him going.
This
Yeah.
is the leather shoes on the stone echoing through the church.
Or the wood steps creaking.
So there are 3 men. The fourth one, you realize, is a woman.
Oh my
Woman.
gosh! Is it this girl that I shot before in Russia?
We'll find out in a moment.
We'll see. Maybe not.
She is very familiar looking.
Oh, it's the
Oh.
person who we
You
kidnapped and left her on the side of the road.
Looks like she dyed her hair, or maybe my memory's off. I remember her being a
That was
blonde.
always her icon.
So should we do initiatives or
You definitely should do initiatives.
Oh
so
boy.
clip your
Oh, boy.
icon? Of course, Don's not on the map, so I don't know.
Oh, I'm
Alright,
on the
we need to,
staircase at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually going up the staircase as well.
Oh, okay.
Hold
Oh,
on.
sorry, the
It-
initiative tracker's not on. Will it count?
We'll see.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think it did.
Yep.
I rolled crappy.
Haha, there we go.
Where are my NPCs?
They do not exist.
They
They are figments of your imagination.
So probably Tiffany, you probably want to move, or Becca, you probably want to move. where
Yeah.
you
Is it
want
fine
to-
if I move my token to the stairs? Because that's where I was thinking I would hide.
Are you
Yeah.
in the same one as me or the other one?
Oh, no, I was going to the opposite one.
So you-
Yeah, because you're all noisy.
Yeah.
I imagine Tiffany's
really.
like starting to follow, and you're like she cringes and turns
Nope,
and goes the
going the
other
other way.
direction.
Nope. Yeesh.
Okay.
Ah,
Well,
initiative.
the goons jumped on their
Oh,
so-
good. Somebody gets to go after me.
The goons don't get to go at all their first round. What is Tiffany's raw initiative score?
My raw initiative score is 9.
Wow.
Jeez Louise.
All right, so that's the turn order. So Tiffany is up first. And
Can
Lance,
I-
I'm gonna have you roll as well, just to get on the.
I rolled, but I don't know where my guy is, just so it shows up.
Oh, you're over here on the.
So you
Where?
rolled a,
Here,
Don
outside.
rolled a 4. So
You just want to click him and roll
Oh.
your initiative again.
Which guy's me?
down here.
The one with the life bar.
Oh, turn orders over it.
Yeah, mine was too.
Can I? Oh, sorry. Are we starting now or no?
Yeah.
Can I look out and see if I recognize her? Do I need to roll? Investigation. with
Make a
that?
perception check.
Perception. Perception.
By the way, you can move the turn order window. If
Yes,
it's
you
in the
7.
way.
You can also shrink it a little bit if you gotta.
You can also minimize it entirely if you don't care about seeing it.
I learned something new.
Well,
Yeah,
it depends
you
on.
pro-
Click where it says turn order. You can
Double click.
basically.
I knew you could do that with character sheets, but I didn't know about the turn order. I am so
Yep.
happy right now.
What do you do with the turn order?
Double
If
click
you
it.
double click it, it goes gray, but it's still
It
there.
basically
Ah, you
minimizes and turns.
Oh, that
probably want to move Lance up on the order since
Or
he
that'll
rolled
be-
a 4.
Or you
that'll
just,
be-
yeah,
yeah.
reorder it. Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
sure. Yeah.
So glancing out, you You noticed that is very much the woman you met in Russia.
The person we put in our trunk.
Vladivostok.
Yeah, the one we put in the trunk.
The one you
That
put
one?
in the trunk, and then when you took her out to interrogate, she basically tried to alert the police, and you left her tied up on the side of the road.
Under my breath, I'm going to start swearing in my, mechanics language.
Sure.
Because I've never liked,
Thermostat.
I
Thermostat gear is working.
and I am going to shoot her.
What is the range on your weapon?
Oh, that is a good point.
That's a large church.
That's going to be so loud in this church, too.
Yeah.
Echoes, yes, because
And also, she has a cover bonus because there's a dude in front of her.
Okay.
Not for long.
Tiffany's not good at shooting, if I remember correctly.
I'm not good at shooting. Range 50 feet. There we go.
5, 10.
I was going to say, I guess the players don't have a. Yeah, the guy in front of her is 50, so. But you do
So
have cover bonus.
I don't think your gun can reach her.
Can it
Well,
reach
it'd
the
be a
person in front of
-2.
her?
You can shoot farther than your range. It's just a penalty.
-2 to it, yeah.
Yeah.
But the person in front of her is right at 50, so I can shoot him, right?
Yes.
Depends
gonna
on where
shoot
you're
him.
measuring from.
I'm going to shoot him because I didn't like her. And let me go to my thing. I probably should add some of my points to this. I'm going to add one
Style.
style point.
All right.
That was pretty good. I'm happy with that.
Take the average on defense.
Was that
For
with
me.
is that with a penalty though?
No, she shot the first guy, which is
Oh,
I shot the
right
first-
at.
Oh, okay,
I'm
gotcha.
making the person behind an easier target by shooting this person first.
Of course, she has cover. You have cover, Adrian. Looks
I'm
like everybody
shooting
has.
for cover.
Yeah.
Cover's
Yeah,
got the
everybody has
wall.
to cover.
And is Lance actually still outside, or did you come inside?
He's still outside.
He's outside.
All right. She is going to step aside here and kind of get out of the way. She is not her role in this is not necessarily to exchange bullets.
Right. She's a Batman villain. She's going to stay in the background and shadow box while we fight the minions.
All right. Next up is Dawn.
So as this shot rings out through the church,
It echoes.
Don
Yeah.
cringes and like
Through the
his hands go up to his ears, and then he like looks down. He can see Tiffany probably just shot the shot. She's like mouths, "What?" And then he fumbles and pulls out his own pistol. And can I just run up the stairs and see what's at the top?
Sure.
That's 1, 2, 3. and
Going
then-
up to the choir loft. Okay.
Yeah, hey, that's not a bad idea. Good shooting platform.
It's all
Oh,
roll-
is that a choir loft?
I love this.
Well,
music
we'll find
stuff.
out in a moment.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Perfect. So you want to just move me for me, and then
Yep.
I think that's 3 squares. So anything on the new map would be 4 or 5, and then on the battle grid, do we still get 6 spaces for movement, or
Yes.
okay?
That's
Yeah, your move is a square.
So it looks like a little hallway. So I'm gonna step here. Oh, that's actually no. That's my max movement was where you put me, huh? Hey Becca, I think that might be your mic doing feedback with the music. You want to mute? Real
It might be mine because I use it.
Is it still happening? Because if it's still happening,
Oh.
it's not me. My volume's
No,
way down.
Okay.
I think Adam turned it off completely, though.
No, I
Okay.
turned it
I'll put my
down.
headphone.
We should all be able to individually control it in our settings tab for Roll20.
Is the feedback gone?
Yes, and then I can
Yeah,
still
I don't-
control
I use
mine.
for chat and the computer I use for Roll20 are separate computers, so the
Yeah.
filter doesn't always pick it up.
Yeah.
So everyone should be able to hear the music now without my feedback.
So can I like dash like in a D&D game where you can move twice with your whole turn, or is that just
Yeah.
stuck where I'm at?
You can, yeah, you can.
Because if so, I want to try to run to the end here, and I presume that's the balcony, or is that a solid wall?
That is a wall.
Oh, okay.
There's another staircase leading up into the spire.
Okay.
It's called.
Then I guess there's a shot that rang out, and then I pop up here, and I'm like, oh no,
So,
it's not what I was thinking.
Yeah, so this staircase would be leading
Up.
up into the spire.
Up to the bell tower.
Yeah, I don't want to abandon you guys all though, so he's gonna kind of do a double take, like he was thinking maybe there could be.
Well, that or you can
something.
continue running and meet up with Tiffany on the other side.
You can look down and you can see down into the church proper. You can.
So
I want to
about
move
here.
towards where I can see it a little bit. So if that's like this
Yeah,
corner,
you can see like down here. You can see these spaces here.
oh, so like these things.
Yeah. Could they see over here? Is there the same over here?
Depending on the angle you got, there's not a lot of.
So his goal is he's looking for a spot where he can see back down into the congregation
So
room
does this go
and have like
down to here?
yeah, something where he's got at least a viewpoint of the common room.
So standing like here, you could probably look across from where you are here, and you'd see like Zheng hiding behind a.
Okay, so it's now I'll delete this in a second, but it's basically like a box view down from there, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then these stairs go up, and there's another section that's the actual spire that I didn't pull up, but I can if I need to.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be running up to the top unless everybody else is too. But if I can at least see down and if the angle's enough to where I can kind of cover this area with my gun, that's what his goal is.
Okay, I'll tell you if anyone moves into the area that's you can cover. And next up in our turn order, which I totally closed. Hold on. Hello, turn order. Where are you?
It is Lance.
Lance.
So everyone right inside the church, and you're outside,
Yeah, then a shot rang out.
which I'm
Start
certain
a
you've heard from
family.
outside.
Gary, you
Yeah.
hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Your screen went dark, so I wasn't sure whether we lost you.
Yeah, I was. It went out. My computer went down for crash.
There you go.
So so there's combat going on inside.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You heard a gunshot.
Okay. Well, when they went in, I would have waited a second, then went to the door so I could watch them from the door, see what's going on.
Okay. So
If
would you go in the door or?
No, I just stay at the door.
All right. The door is closed, so you can kind of.
I'll open it up if you can.
I'll make a perception.
Which way is this guy facing?
That guy is actually facing the door. He's covering because he knows there's a guy outside. So if Gary opens the door, he'll see a guy with a shotgun.
Ready.
Actually, no, these are hunting rifles. Or
Okay.
not hunting rifles, but they're rifles. They're not shotguns.
Right. Right.
So is he aiming it at me?
I mean, it's kind of trained on the door.
I'll shoot him.
Okay.
Who shoots who first?
Well, they rolled a 0 on their initiative, so I'm assuming Lance will
Mhm.
get a shot off on his next round because he
Oh,
came
no.
around, opened the door. That was an action. And I'll say you can draw your gun this turn, but you can't get a shot off this turn. Unless you have quick draw that I don't know about.
But you'd still have cover from the door.
Mm-hmm. And they don't get to go this round because they rolled a 0 on their initiative anyway. That's why I said he'll be able to get a shot off next round.
Oh, okay. Cool beans.
All right. McCoy.
Well, when I hear a shot fire out, I basically get my switchblade out, flip it, and since I don't see any targets from where I'm at, I'm just waiting until I can sneak up to shiv somebody because I'm going to be waiting for a while. It seems like, but that's what I think I would be doing.
Okay. Zheng.
I would, using the cover of the pews, move in this direction. Probably position myself. If I can, from the angle, I figure I can actually move down to here without being seen.
I don't see where. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. You can get there.
Okay.
And you see me crouched with my switchblade.
Goons don't get to go in the first round, so we're back to Tiffany.
I shoot it again. Him again. Him.
Okay.
This guy?
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
your shot.
Bam.
Because I have no idea what's going on. It's like,
She's
There's
shooting
people
at
coming
someone
in,
you
yeah.
can't see.
yeah.
Well, there's people because you would have heard them moving
Yeah,
up.
I heard him
moving
come in, but it's like hid behind this statue.
So I
and
see a
like,
modifier of 1. Did you spend a bullet?
Yeah, I
Or-
just put it in. Sorry, I
Okay.
rolled before I put it on.
Okay.
I just did it right now. yeah.
That guy's taken out.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's some pretty good sharpshooting with a pistol. You got a revolver? Now,
Yeah, honestly.
just so everyone knows, those old revolvers, they don't have good sights at all. Like, there's a very tiny little notch in the back and a very tiny one in the front, and they're hard to aim. And at 50 feet, that's some good shooting.
Well,
I wouldn't
to
be
be
able
fair,
to do that in real life.
yeah,
It's
to be
the-
fair,
it's the movie.
1911 is that much better.
No, yeah, back then they suck.
Yeah.
All pistol sights back then all sucked.
But then this is pulp after all.
Yeah, it's the movies, so
I imagine
It's
she's
still
doing like
pretty
the one
amazing
shot,
that the
bang.
techie girl who is blowing people away. So they're like,
all right. So the
All right,
Finale is
so
going to
six.
take a shot at Lance through the open door. So Lance, you get a +2 cover to your defense.
okay, so you're basically given their action. That would have happened before Tiffany shot, or
Well,
no, this is the femme fatale. This is the woman.
oh, okay, the women. Sorry,
Patel
sorry.
goes right after Tiffany. So
Yeah,
she
sorry,
goes
sorry.
through the door. Looks like Lance takes a point of lethal damage,
Mhm.
and it is now
Bullet
Dawn's
shoots
turn.
through the wood.
So Dawn is just gonna kind of very unsteadily like grab the gun, pointing it down through the staircase from where the bell tower is, trying to keep covered here. He doesn't see anything, so he's just gonna be like waiting, I guess. Kind of same thing as McCoy.
Lance is up next.
Oh, shoot.
Go for it.
Shooting who?
The one that shot me.
Okay,
Oh, that would be the woman.
Okay.
Damn.
I'm going to throw a couple of her bullets into defense.
Ooh.
And she still takes the average on defense. It's just her average
Right.
is now higher because
yeah.
Right.
Two
Well,
style, yeah.
Does she have cover?
she
Well, not
does.
from Kim. From
Yeah, that's true.
Well, if he's trying to shoot through the open door, I'd say no. I would say
Yeah, no.
door
It's fine.
open.
yeah, he didn't. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
this door is open. I'm just going to. Here's what we're going to do. We are
So
going to
roll the defense.
get
Let's
the
see what
door
happens.
out of the way.
That's cool.
She still takes a pretty serious hit.
Oh, we don't see the defense. Did you roll
I'm
it?
taking the average. I'm taking the
He
average.
taking
Ah.
the average.
Got it.
I always take the average on defense.
Got it.
All right. Next up is McCoy.
Okay, I'm still gonna try to sneak around and and shiv this guy because it's like I'm sort of waiting around. It's like nothing's happening, nobody's coming, so I'm going to try to sneak around, and it's like, and then try to scare her and do the attack. But yeah, I'm first doing the stealth and then doing my attack.
All right.
So whatever.
So make your
Yeah.
melee attack.
Okay.
So you're over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll be moving over here.
Sneaking over here, and then yeah, screaming while I do my ferocious attack.
Zheng
I-
shakes his head.
Since I don't actually know how to fight, I scare people more than and using my switchblade.
Okay.
So basically, your combat style is the Jason Voorhees.
The,
Scare people and swing the knife and hope it works.
hey,
That's one way of putting it.
I did throw a style point in there too.
Mhm.
So it's in the Fog of War. You probably see it, but
Yeah, I see it.
oops. And of course, my cat's sort of my hands by my trackball, so she's
All right.
there. We go.
All right. So he
Switchblade.
takes some damage. And...
Oh, I haven't rolled damage.
I haven't
yet.
rolled it yet.
Oh wait, that was your stealth roll.
There you go. Only 2.
And then I really screw up with
You
my
take no
switchblade.
damage.
Yeah.
All right, Zheng.
He shakes his head, seeing McCoy's attack. Like, moves up to this point. Your zeal is commendable, but your skill still needs some work. And he will essentially, it's one of these where he'll push the rifle aside and just do a throat strike.
Okay,
So
go for it.
just try to take him down. Da-da-dee-da. Boom. That's what he.
He takes a pretty serious hit because his defense is reduced from. All right.
Mhm.
Goon's turn.
Yeah, Goonies.
This goon is going to fall back.
Mhm.
He staggers back a step from Zheng throat striking him, brings his gun to bear, and he is going to shoot. Zheng took damage, but I think McCoy startled him so much and has a knife. He's actually going to go for McCoy.
Yeah, I mean, who looks more threatening? The guy screaming with a knife or the little old Chinese man?
Probably doesn't hit McCoy, but roll defense anyway.
Oh,
This guy takes up position at the door, so he's actually going to be in cover. And he is going to fire at Lance.
Blam. Ow! That's a good roll.
And that's the second time he's been attacked, isn't it?
No, he was,
Incidentally.
he was attacked by the femme fatale, yeah, so he'd have a defense penalty.
So
Uh-oh.
I think Lance might be dead.
You might want
Lance
some
at -2.
style.
Spence and style, my friend. He does. He still has cover though. The door still provides some defense.
All right. So I'll say no bonus, no penalty. Lance, just roll your straight up defense and pray, because that was a really good shot.
That takes
Lance
2.
takes 2 lethal from the.
Ow!
Yeah.
That's now it's grand total of 3. So he's hurting.
So what's your stun, Lance? What's your body?
Lance only has 3 HP. He's out of this
Ooh.
fight.
Yeah,
Ow.
he goes down.
So since Lance is at 0, I think it was lethal. I think he needs to make a body roll to see if he's able to save himself or if he's
Well,
bleeding out.
Well, he's dying. He has to make a willpower to stay safe or stay
No,
in
willpower is to remain conscious. I think it's
Right,
body for this because he's
and he's certainly succeeded.
he's no longer bleeding out, but he is out of this fight.
Now I would have witnessed this. Okay. Poor Tiffany. We're in the line of fire.
I already told you, Tiffany doesn't like getting shot at, but I think there's enough of you guys, and I already took one down to where I would probably get closer at this point.
Yeah, you have to get closer to shoot.
Yeah.
In fact, you probably can get around the pews.
Yeah, but they have cover behind you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What's your move?
Oh,
You
is
can
it-
always
it's my
move
turn?
and hold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can always move and hold.
Yeah, I want to. What does move and hold entail?
Just basically, you hold your action. You say, "I'm going to wait until one is clear, and then I'm going to shoot," kind of thing. So that basically, you hold your action
Yeah.
until
Yeah, I think
the
I would
condition
move.
you say.
Yeah.
So
So
what's
I would
your
move
move?
to be behind this pew,
yeah. So move. It's just a number of squares equal to your move.
and I think my move. Actually, sorry. Let me double check my move. I think it was
So
30.
if you were here, what is your move score?
Is it 5 or 6? Or...
5. 5.
5 is to
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll see you can get cover behind the altar.
Yeah,
30
let's.
feet is here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get cover behind the altar.
5 would be like here, but if you want to be in cover, the nearest thing would be the altar, or maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you could get behind that pew.
I'm gonna be. I'm just putting myself on the pew.
Sure.
Is that fine?
That's fine.
Can I hold once I get the ability to not be having these people have cover? This person too, right? How far away are they? Hold on. Oh my gosh, measuring tool. Haha, he's within range.
Yeah, 35, 40. Either
Yeah.
one is, yeah.
Yeah, once either one of those people, or even the chick, is
On her turn, she runs outside holding her wound.
Do we need? I turned to McCoy. Do we need her?
shoot her.
I have no idea who these people are.
It is Dawn's turn.
He's out.
No,
Unless he has
no.
other-
No, not
No,
Don.
Don.
That was
Oh,
Lance.
no,
So, well,
Dawn-
either way, my whole turn is spent with Don just kind of like he sees Tiffany. Well, actually, no,
Right,
because
he-
you don't run underneath. So I
Yeah.
see.
He's just covering that area
Yeah,
of the
I'm-
church.
I was
He's
gonna
gonna-
say, you probably saw McCoy and
Yeah, seeing you run through kind of that spot, I'm gonna just start backpedaling and going back down. So I'll run as far as I can back towards the staircases and back to the first floor.
Oh, you're just not gonna jump down. Yeah.
No, he's not that brave. But yeah, I'm just gonna backpedal and run back down. That's my turn.
Okay. I took Lance out of the turn order because he is
Mhm.
out of the fight. So McCoy is next.
I'm going all medieval or World War One, doing a total attack on this guy, even though I probably should be better, but no better. But yeah, it's just flashbacks of World War One. Yeah,
All right.
so that's what, a +2
Yep.
for a
Right.
total attack. Yeah. Four.
You tackle him, stabbing wildly, and take him out.
Brutal.
Zheng, you're next.
Well, seeing that McCoy has taken care of him,
Yeah,
I will
this
simply
guy.
move up to this guy. I please to accept my apology for what's going to happen. Bam!
Better to ask for forgiveness than permission. Right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
You basically
jeez.
come up. You see him covering the door. You tap him on the shoulder. He turns around and
Whack.
Yeah,
one punch.
yeah. It's just straight to the solar plexus.
Yeah. Zheng unleashes his inner one punch man and just drops him in one.
Yep.
I love your One Punch Man reference.
I do not envy you the pain you will have upon awakening.
All
The
right.
Tsumi awakens.
Should you
So-
awaken?
The fight is over. You guys have taken out these goons.
Mhm.
Two of them are
I
dead.
wanna-
One of them is unconscious.
I
Mhm.
want to go to our nearest party member that got hurt, the one that is unconscious, and I think
Yeah. Zheng is closer, so
Yeah.
we'll start
Zheng, if
working
you want
on
to
it.
make a first aid check on.
That's what I'm gonna do.
can I give him a bonus to this because I have a pretty high medicine as well?
I'm going to say you're far enough away, and your two types of medicine aren't the same. So in this situation, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Go!
As you make things worse.
But
Yeah.
I will allow Tiffany to make a roll of her own, as Zheng has made things worse.
Right.
Like,
Oh, Zheng.
I rolled a 0.
No.
the tea is not a healing potion. You shouldn't just pour it
6
into an
ones.
open
Yeah,
gunshot wound.
I'm gonna-
I look at the wound. No. Actually, what he's doing is, bullet wounds. I know. I will suck the bullet out.
Yes,
Oh my
that's what
gosh.
happens. So Tiffany comes up on them and finds Zheng with blood all over his mouth, crouching over a body.
As he's digging in, trying to get the bullet out.
I moved him out of the way and I added a thing just because it was so bad and it still was not even the average.
No,
Oh.
you put pressure on a wound. You don't suck it, you pressure.
So Tiffany recovers one lethal wound, so Lance is
Yeah.
at 1.
Yeah, so he's stabilized.
He's at 1, so he could be conscious even.
Gary?
Adam, do I actually even recognize any of these goons that got killed or due to my
Zheng.
old
Yeah.
background and my revenge motivation? Because I'm
I'm trying to. Let me check.
Oh,
your,
that
let me-
makes
Let me
sense.
refresh my memory as to your backstory, and I will.
If we're out of a combat, can I just be like running down
Yeah,
the
you guys
steps
can
and
all
then
be together. We're out of combat. You can.
Yeah.
Can I tell Zheng that you may be good with Chinese medicine, but when it comes to bullets, whether it's shooting them or taking care of bullet wounds,
you do pressure, not suction.
I obviously must broaden my horizons.
I'm gonna say no. You wouldn't recognize any of these people. None of them are from the Chicago gang scene.
Okay, it's like I said, it's one of those things. It's like I could see my revenge motivation tie into the overall group. That's why.
And it will, but not necessarily in France.
Yeah, not a problem. That's like I said, it was one of those things that
I need a perception check from two of you, and I'm assuming those two would be Tiffany and Zheng, since you're outside dealing with.
Okay.
is Lance unconscious still, or did he?
He is conscious, but he's at 1. So,
Mm-hmm. So he's hurting.
yep,
And once again, my perception is crap.
yeah.
I was going to say if they were checking outside, I'm going to try to slap silly the quote unconscious, the unconscious goon, and interrogate him. That's
So Zheng doesn't notice, but Tiffany notices the sound of footsteps as the gendarmes come up upon you. They see an elderly Asian man with his face covered in blood, a man still lying on the ground, injured. You guys have much like
explaining to do.
explaining to do. Who wants to?
Maybe if I start hopping.
no, obviously.
If anyone has diplomacy, this is the time.
Can
I don't,
Don-
but I
You're
do
kidding,
have
right?
con. I have con and intimidation,
Can I tell
and I do know the language.
can I
Would help.
sorry, I'm trying to remember what was
the gendarmes surrounding you, and unless you want to get beaten down with truncheons, I suggest somebody start
I
talking.
say okay, what was the accent that this chick had before? That she
she
was
spoke Russian, but it was Oh, I
She
don't remember.
basically- She was speaking Russian, but you got her to speak English eventually. But she used different accents, like she's trying to hide her real
Right.
origin.
We did not have an understanding of her where she came from.
Yeah.
She was purposely hiding it.
We were walking. I speak in French. We were walking. We just got into town and we were walking, and there were these Germans, and they shot one of our friends.
Make a
And he was
deception
trying
check.
to help him. Deception. Okay. Can I just go into hysterics and start crying?
No, not perception, deception.
Deception. I know.
Con.
Deception.
You have con?
I don't.
Do I hear this going on?
What is your
Adam?
charisma score?
My charisma's low. It's a 1. Can I just start crying?
Then you can't even make the attempt. They see through you.
Do I hear what's going on?
Lord.
Yeah,
Adam?
you're right inside the church.
Yeah, I run outside. It's like, what, yelling in French. What in the hell are you guys doing here? This is a secret investigation. You have no business interfering.
Make a deception check. We'll see if you're a better liar than she is.
Okay.
I mean, it couldn't be a war.
Yeah, it could be yours. I'll throw in both my.
But are you a good
styles.
enough liar? That's the real question.
Yeah.
So how many gendarmes are there?
There's at least 4 that you can see, and there might be some more kind of off in the
Mm-hmm.
haven't arrived yet.
3 successes, and I know.
Okay, you've convinced them. You've convinced them enough that they are not going to forcefully take you in, but they're still going to take you in for questioning. Like,
Right.
you're claiming to be with the government or whatever, but they still want to know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So
Can I actually step out and try to assist, almost like I'm the one in charge, and kind of brush McCoy out of the way?
Yeah,
And
but you don't know the language.
I know French. I
No,
don't
he
know
Yes, he
German.
does.
He has French.
Oh, you
He
know
does
French?
German.
Okay.
Yeah,
do you have deception or diplomacy? Do you have any kind of
yeah.
talking?
I've got both con and diplomacy.
All right.
They're the
Oh.
same. Actually,
Roll
no,
the higher
diplomacy is
one.
better.
You can take a +2 bonus from the other.
Okay, I'm gonna also throw in 3 style points.
Hmm.
So that's
Can we give a
+5.
description? Yeah.
So diplomacy at a +5. So I'm gonna almost like motion for them to come into the church and see if you can ID these men. I'm gonna
All right.
like bark in French, acting.
So they come in. They're going to take the bodies and the injured man. They're going to take into custody. They suggest that you let them take Lance as well because he needs medical attention.
I
Got it. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Can't say no
nod.
to that.
The rest of you are being escorted back to your rooms, and
Mm-hmm.
you're not being put in the jail, but you're expected to stay there, and they'll deal with you tomorrow.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So
Give her plenty of time to look through the stupid book. Yes.
Oh no, yeah.
So
In
you
a-
guys are back,
Perfect.
you guys all except Lance are back at the inn.
Mm.
You guys
That's
are
not what-
upstairs. The innkeeper is very perplexed as to why there are gendarmes guarding the stairs of his inn.
Mm-hmm.
But
Nothing to see here.
Yeah. I will make a comment, or I will ask Don
Mhm.
to let the gendarmes know that I am the gentleman's physician. So
I will yeah, pass it along, and also if
go
you
ahead
speak
and
French.
make a deception check.
me or
Don.
him?
Don, he's the one trying to convince them.
Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna use my last style point because I've got one less for that.
Yep, and you don't. So you just get the +1 bonus from the
Yeah.
style point. Not giving
So-
you any of the.
So, first off, does Zheng speak French?
No, not at all.
He barely speaks English.
Yes.
Okay. That's 2.
2.
I would say we would like our physician to tend to our
They
our
do not
comrade.
believe you. Given, I mean, the big thing is they found him with his mouth covered in blood.
Wow, you really I throw a joke line and you're really making me pay for it. I should at least get a style point for that.
Very well.
Oh my god. I'm trying to make a dead men don't wear plaid joke.
You rolled a 0, so whatever. That's the explanation for a 0 that you rolled. I am going to be milking that.
Oh my god. I'll remember that.
If the GM doesn't, then the player should. It's one or the other.
It's funny because you've been doing medicine this whole time, and I feel like you should know better.
Well, hey, everybody rolls a 0 once. I seem to recall a certain someone who rolled really, really badly on their piloting, like first time out.
Yeah,
So,
I remember that.
The moment will always be when she pulls the gun out of the crate.
It's like,
and
click.
forgets to load it.
Oh, that was gold.
Yeah, that really shows you how good she is at shooting.
Yeah. Well, she's obviously learned a lot since then.
I have.
Always
You need to check to see if it's loaded
bullets.
first.
All right.
So I'm staying up all night reading this book.
You open the book, and you can't exactly read it. It doesn't have any symbols you would recognize as letters.
Oh, it's coded.
It's totally coded.
I mean, what in everything you know about Bertel led you to believe it would be not coded?
That's
Yeah, really.
Well,
But yeah, it's not even like written in a code with letters you can recognize.
yeah. So I'm pretty sure at this point that we need to get the diaries in order to decode this.
Stop
or you break
Deutschland.
the code.
I just want to make sure that the French know that we are top men, and we belonged there at the church when we had reason to be there, and we're the ones in charge, if I can. But it sounds like he's gonna spend the night. Lance is gonna spend the night at the hospital or wherever.
And in the morning, you
Girl.
guys will be taken to deal with the gendarmes, and that's where we'll pick up next week.
Okay.
Lovely.
There we
For this
go.
week, you all get the
Tune in.
participation point, the danger point, the
Mhm.
role-playing point, and the success point if you found the journal. So
Okay.
4 points, everybody.
4
Okay.
points.
Yep.
I had one before, so I'm at 5.
Okay,
Um,
so I'm
Okay.
Spend them right now, but
at
you all get
11.
4 points.
Yeah,
No problem. No problem.
Tell you
I'm
when-
waiting to get 15 so I can get a new talent. So I work.
I'm
for
at
me.
11. I need to probably start spending some, but it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think I need to get some diplomacy too, because I feel like, just being the intimidation route just does not always work for some strange reason.
Yeah, had you tried
Funny
intimidating?
thing about that.
It did work to begin with,
Beaten with truncheons. Like, if you try to lie
Thwack,
to
thwack.
someone and fail, they dismiss you. If you try to threaten someone and fail, that's when you get beaten.
Right.
Hey, I did not fail though. That's the important. It allowed Adrian some time to get there to defuse the situation, but
So
We'll pick up next week.
Okay.
Same bat time, same bat channel. Also, I'm going to be throwing a video into the group chat on Facebook. It's one that I saw on YouTube that was really interesting on basically someone subbing in as a GM, because I know some of you talked about wanting to do that.
Uh-huh.
And so once we get to a good point where we can have kind of
Salud.
Yeah. the main story will still be the one I'm telling, but it just might send you guys on operations that aren't directly related to the main arc, and that's
Mhm.
if anyone else wants to GM, they could design and run one of those stories.
and that lets Adam get to play.
Yes, and Adam will be the player, and
Out of curiosity, is it the one by Seth Skorkowski?
yes, it is.
That was awesome.
By the way, I really love my character. This is fun.
Yeah, this is amazing. I love this game.
Yeah.
So
I'm having a lot of fun. I hope everyone else is.
What's your shirt, by the way?
This is a blueprint of the Technodrome from the Ninja Turtles.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Cute. Cute.
Most of my shirts at this point came in a loot crate,
those are awesome.
I see.
I'm gonna
It's
end the
I
rec-
have some-
except for my Orwell shirt. I actually bought that one. It's
Yeah.
like,
Mine.
from Orwell about free speech. It's his face and it's just made up of the text. It's really cool.
Most of mine are gifts for my kids because they know I'm a nerd.
This is one of my pins that came in a loot crate.
Very nice.
Can't see it very well.
You have to say something,
It's
Becca,
a
so you take the
D20.
screen.
It's a D20 on like a crest,
Oh, nice.
and I take it and I put it on my French beret.
hmm
I
So
was
I have a
showing you guys
signet.
this, since we're talking about D20s. I'm aiming the camera up.
Oh, a D20 lamp. Very
That's
cute.
awesome. That's awesome.
So yeah, I'm part of the D20 corps.
You should wear
Got
that when
it.
you're in France. He looks great.
Yes, you're rotten to the core, but great for the Navy. Yes.
What was it? The old TSR.
The
I'm trying to
Adventurers
think.
League.
No. It's way back when. It's when they had their own magazine. I'm trying to remember.
Polyhedra.
Yeah, the Polyhedron magazine. They had their own little special group. I did that way back when in the 80s. Probably in the mid 80s. I can't remember what it was, but yeah. I think I have a pin somewhere. Who knows where?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Also, I got this yesterday, the Cthulhu's Guide to Afghanistan from AAA.
Oh,
I've
wow.
heard of
Oh,
that.
well, if we're showing off stuff, I just got this finally got it delivered from Kickstarter.
Ooh.
Cortex Prime?
It's the Cortex Prime. If you guys remember the old Firefly game and a lot of the other,
Yeah, I have, the old Smallville game.
right, the old Smallville, they went from Cortex to Cortex Plus, and that's the Cortex Prime, which is sort of like the generic version of all those.
I've never run it. I
got
just
this
bought
Firefly game.
it. Okay.
Is this the one by that company?
Yes, that is exactly the one I'm talking about.
Yep.
Margaret Weiss, the guy who wrote that, Cam Banks, came out with Cortex Prime.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really bought much RPG stuff lately because all of my groups are playing the same games. I have adventure groups and one fantasy age group.
Well,
And you already
what's
have a
happening
book
to
for
me,
it, right?
Mm-hmm. I already have all the books.
yeah, what's happening to me is a lot of my Kickstarters are finally
Arriving.
fulfilling. So I'm getting all these books for games, and I think, oh yeah, I pledged that 5 years ago.
Like I Indiegogo'd a bunch of comics, and they're finally starting to arrive.
Yeah, because COVID slowed down the world shipping.
Right,
That's so
especially
true,
from
actually.
China.
Yeah. It slowed down everything. Come on.
Yeah.
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 And I like the
Except
fact
for
that we're
online
sitting
gaming.
here.
Except for online
Yeah.
gaming. It
Yeah, it's
increased.
been a boon for that.
And
Yeah.
we
Well,
might
the problem is now a lot of the
group. That's the other thing I wanted to mention. We might be adding one more player.
Mhm.
It's someone Jeff and I have been playing with, but
Oh,
that
Trevor?
game might be ending. Yeah. So I think he's talking about maybe coming over to this game.
I think it's a miracle that we've been all getting our schedules to coordinate like this. You guys are awesome.
People that if we lose one or two, we can still make it work.
Keep it going.
It's good that I like having everyone as often as possible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's weird whenever we're getting on a boat and, Zheng was supposed to be on it. And where did he go?
I was kind of
the hell
sad
is-
about that one.
And you'll never know because he's never got to tell you.
Are the ones where you're moving locations, like going from one country to the next.
I think Zheng just was wanting to have a mystery that was never uncovered. And that's why he disappeared and he's never telling anyone.
I mean, it was entirely possible that if you guys didn't make it back to the plane, I was gonna let him maybe have tampered with the clock.
Oh.
It's like,
Oh.
Adam, I have my Olympic Thule, which is based on the 36 Olympics that sort of works well in this atmosphere or timeline, I guess. I'll drag away the supernatural elements, which would probably work. But if
Well,
you,
that's supernatural in this world, I'm just not wanting to,
it's not fully
Open the
gonna
can
break
all the
clock.
way.
Yeah. It'll open some, but it's like depending on what the players do, it's like, but if you want something in the next few weeks, if we want to do it, it's like I said,
We might head into Germany next week. So
Right.
maybe while they're in Germany, if we can work out, we could have a little side trip for that.
yeah, like I said, in a couple of weeks or so, or whatever. It could be based on the Winter Olympics versus summer, but either or, yeah, it's whatever.
My
It-
character is trying to memorize this book as best she can, just in case.
Code breaking is linguistics, so
Oh, can I have lots of points.
We have to wait till we get to a
I'm gonna
rest.
say we're gonna save that till next week. I've already closed my computer with the
There
little.
you go. There you go. I was gonna
just
say it's
so
getting
you know.
dangerous.
But yeah,
All right, guys.
I'll certainly let you try. It'll be a difficult roll, but I'll certainly let you try it without the proper MacGuffins.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. It's
And it
10
works
o'clock
well.
over here, so
All right,
All
you
right.
rest
I was
up.
gonna
Have a
say-
good night.
Have a good night.
good
But I was going to
night.
say my adventure works well if I'm not there too, because of let Tiffany deal with some of the issues.
Yeah, instead of excuse me, Germans.
I just can't speak German.
That's okay. That's okay.
And with
And
Adrian
honestly-
putting this on YouTube, the whole time I'm wondering, do we have to say German or can we use the N word? Not that N word. That the
Oh.
word that
Oh.
means the Germans in World War II.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
get Adrian's YouTube shut down.
No, I don't think. I mean, I don't make any money off. It's just to record the games that we've played in. So
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
I just wanted to be sure. That's why I was using Germans, because I wasn't sure if we could use the other word without getting your YouTube channel banned.
With
No,
the
I think
weird
it'll be
little
fine.
symbol.
It's it's a fiction. And I think actually one of your YouTube videos did get flagged, and you're like, we're just playing D&D. I don't know why you flagged
Oh,
this. And I
yeah,
put it
I've
right
got a
back
couple
on.
ones where they got marked because of copyright or something, because I think I played music from something in one of my games. But I mean, it's still up. I just can't make money on them. Not that I ever expect to anywhere near be close to a channel where we can make money off of it. So
I don't know. You never know. You never know what weird thing the internet's gonna click onto.
Yeah.
Maybe our
Yeah.
game will be the thing.
Well, you know what? When I was getting into Hollow Earth, there were no games that I could watch, which is kind of what the media that I consumed, was watching people play games I was interested in, and there's no Hollow Earth games. So
There's a really good Leagues of Adventure one that's going now. It's an 1890s set Leagues of Adventure.
So you're saying, Adrian, mine was the first Hex game on YouTube. That's scary.
no, so there's actually only a bunch of videos that got deleted off of our channel, and that was one of them, unfortunately. So
Oh, that's okay.
yeah.
I don't feel like that was the best Hex game, because I sort of, I think it was, it was what another show before we sort of started fast forwarding through a few scenes, because it's like I'm getting tired, and it's
Yeah, I've done that in so many games too before.
Yeah.
Most of my games that I run, whatever systems they are, they're usually one shot. So that's kind of like my specialty. It's like just one session games. So if
And
I do something with Hollow Earth, that might be pretty good to fit in if I can make something that's just for one session, because that way you don't commit to any ongoing
Okay.
stuff.
Question. In this world, is there actually a Hollow Earth?
You don't know that.
You don't know that. Okay.
In this world, my rule is
the characters only know so much.
what was
Dawn
that
has never
great-
even heard the
what was that
concept
great
of a Hollow
line, all the legends at the end of the map are only legends until you prove they're real.
Okay.
That's good. Wow.
Like, I have some ideas in mind for what kind of paranormal stuff is existing in the main story, but if you guys in one of the side games want to introduce something that I hadn't planned on, I'm not going to stop you. Like, I mean, if it's really out there, if you're going to suddenly bring in an alien invasion, I may be like,
Yeah.
Like this,
Yeah,
that was
that's
not
not-
canon.
How do you feel about
I am not
dragons?
planning anything to do with werewolves. If you want to do a side story where there's werewolves, go for it.
What about dragons?
I am going to say probably no on dragons because I don't think there's any official Ubiquity stats for dragons.
Giant lizards.
Desolation.
What's that?
Desolation.
Desolation has wyverns, does not have stats for full-on dragons. I looked.
True.
Because I wanted to put a dragon in an all-for-one game, and that's the only reason I know that.
Well, I am reiterating, I really am having a lot of fun with this game. So thank you for putting it together, and thanks to everyone for playing.
I had
I'm having a blast, so
I had a really funny idea when I was reading that modern day dragons do not have caves where they stash their hoards. What they do is they create museums where they can keep it and have other people take care of it. And yet make money off of other people visiting it.
that would be an interesting story. I do think someone might notice the curator of the London Museum was a dragon, but
This is a possibility, but you know.
yeah, if
We
you guys,
lost Zheng, so we
you guys
got
wanna
away
do-
from the 5-finger dragon.
yeah, if you guys want to do side stories, we can definitely work that out, and just kind of let me know when somebody wants to run one. And what I'll try to do is get us to a stopping. I'll work with you so
Yeah.
we can kind of be in the vicinity of where we need to be for your story to happen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I said, being in Germany, it's like I said, I can go from the summer to the Winter Olympics since that seems to be the time frame we're sort of going into.
And of course, the
But
other
it-
thing I would need to do is introduce my character in the session leading up to that.
Yeah.
Now, the one I'm thinking about is in Africa.
Okay.
That just arouses a lot of good visuals.
Yeah.
My other Leagues of Adventure game, they had an extended stint in the Belgian Congo.
Isn't there somebody who got kicked out of Africa in one of your games?
Yes, they managed to manage Cecil Rhodes and got banned from the continent of Africa.
Yeah.
They got out of the Belgian Congo, got back to the British Cape Colony. They were invited to dinner by Cecil Rhodes. The bad guys, that world version of the Fata Morgana, broke in, and they basically accused him of having something worth hiding and got themselves banned from Africa.
Oh. Well, I'm going to jump off. I will see you all
Alright.
next week.
Yeah.
Everyone.